Hey friends, hope everyone's having a good day. If you celebrate Easter, I hope you had a good Easter. If not, hope you had a good 420. And if you don't celebrate that either, then just have a good day in general. Should have a few people in here soon. Milk Honey and Mayhem and Kathleen Fleck put in the comments that they were running a little late, but we'll be here later. As you can see, I have my painting ready to go in the background. This is a painting I actually started a couple of years ago and then hadn't worked on in a while because the model moved away. So I'm just going to kind of paint her from memory and go with a new vibe if I start getting off from that. Hey everybody, see a couple of viewers out there now. Since it is 420, I'm rolling a nice smoke to have while I paint. Toddy was ready to come up here a little earlier. Hey, Laura. Oh my God, I know how that is. Laura and her mom are currently taking shelter because there's tornado warnings. Actually, tornado sirens going off in their area. I had that last night. And happy Easter 420 to you too. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be memorable in disaster zone way. Hey, Gutter Snipe. Awesome. Glad you're here. I'm just rolling up a smoke. If anyone else is in a legal area, smoke them if you got them. It is 420, y'all. And happy Easter. 4:30 a.m. Dang, Gutter Snipe. I can't remember where you're located at. Thanks for being here. I'm going to start getting my paints out. So this is a friend of mine who used to live here and be a bud tender here, but moved away. I think it was right before the tornado. And then, a lot of our shops shut down after the tornado. But I was painting her before from live model, but since she's moved, I'm not able to do that. So we're just going to go with the Ganja Goddess and go from memory. I wish you could too, Louisiana Mama. Louisiana, they're medical only, right? If I remember right. Haven't been in New Orleans in a couple of years. Yeah, I wish that recreational would go federal. It would really help everybody. It would help the dispensaries too that are trying to do everything legal. Right now, for them to get a bank account, you would not believe the monthly fees that they charge dispensaries for bank accounts. It's something crazy, like $700 a month maintenance fee just to have an account, because the feds could shut it down anytime, because even if it's legal state-wise, it's not legal federal. Grab some oil in Australia. Oh, Australia. Awesome. Love Australia. Have you ever seen the movie Outback Bound from the 80s, Gutter Snipe? That was my favorite when I was a kid. I used to watch it and try and practice an Australian accent all the time. It was probably horribly offensive, but man, we thought we were cool. We wanted to be Outback so bad. Smoke is almost dry from being rolled up. So I've got a flesh tone out already. It's amazing how little you need to use of oil paints because you thin them out with a thinner. I didn't bring my thinner over here. Let me grab it, y'all. Hang on just a moment. Sorry about that. Okay, so the thinner that I use is refined linseed oil. I used to use a thinner called Liquid. It's like a synthetic thinner, and it thins the paint out and actually makes it dry a lot faster. You don't have to wait so long to be able to, varnish it or frame it and everything and ship it. But with the linseed oil, it's crazy. You have to wait months, but it's so beautiful. Like the linseed oil gives a real jewelly sheen to the paints that the synthetic liquid just can't quite get. So lame, but funny. I assume you're talking about Outback Bound. Yeah, I agree. It was lame, but it's totally hilarious. I tried to get my mom, let me take her get a card, quit pain management, and like how the pain meds made her feel. Yeah, I've have a relative in a similar situation with pain management and stuff, and I've been trying to talk her into giving it a try because she's in Missouri, which is a recreational state, so you can get whatever you want. It's just the social stigma is still holding a lot of people back. Speaking of which, I'm gonna partake real quick before I start painting. I hope all y'all who can are partaking with me. Hopefully we'll have Toddy up here and I know she'll be ready. I got so I told Toddy and I scheduled the live stream and I said 1 Central Time, but I made the mistake of trying to tell Toddy what it was in her time and I messed it all up. She was ready to go like 2 hours ago and come up. So she's handling her dogs and making some food now. My doctor suggested it for pain. Absolutely. Yeah. And especially whenever with the recreational and medicinal legalized, you can get information about which strains and which terpenes and stuff are good for what. And oh my gosh, it makes all the difference in the world because, for instance, for someone with tachycardia, for someone with tachycardia, their sativa strains are probably going to make their tachycardia worse. They need a hybrid or an indica. But with someone who has, a different no tachycardia and other stuff, maybe low energy and everything, a sativa is going to be great for them. So having the information really, really helps. As you can see on our Ganja Goddess here, we've got like a little head crown of leaves because at the time, with my medical card, I'm allowed to grow plants. At the time, I had some plants growing, so we actually made a little real fresh leaf crown. It was really cool looking. So I'm going to try and recreate that from memory here. Hey, everybody. See a few more watching. Awesome. Glad to have you here. Gummies and liquid. Yeah, I know I've got relatives who are the same way, just, absolutely no to smoking, no matter what it is or what it might help. Yeah, the gummies and liquid are helping her. The I don't know if you have access to it there, but RSO, Rick Simpson oil, is really good too whenever it comes to treating pain. And there are some really amazing topicals that you can get too, which at first I thought, oh, topical, that won't do anything, but holy crap, some of the topicals are crazy. Do you have a photographic memory? No, not at all. I actually have a terrible time remembering day-to-day stuff, but I'm very weird when it comes to certain history or things that I get super interested in. Then I will remember all the random details. It's like my brain is selective about what it can remember. Like, remember to get the mail every day. Absolutely not. Remember something I read back whenever I was a kid. Yeah, I can remember every line. What was it? Rick Simpson oil, RSO. No sound? Oh, crap. Is it no sound for anyone else? Let me know, y'all. Everyone else seemed to be here, but Toddy says she's got no sound. So let me know, friends. With art, I know visually, kind of, in a certain sense. Toddy, you able to hear anything now? It looks like everyone else is. Gutter Snipe and Louisiana Mama can hear. So I'm not on mute. Getting some yellow out here so we can put the kitty cat's eyes in. whenever she was first modeling for this, we weren't intending to have an animal in it, but one of my cats jumped up on her lap and we thought it would just be cute to include. Oh wow, the sap green has this color on the label, but look how it come out, y'all. It's almost black. I'm curious to see what that looks like when it's mixed with a little white. Looks like, yes, Teddy, let me get you a link, ma'am. And this is open panel, y'all. If any of the rest of you want to come up and chat, you're welcome. Okay, link in chat, y'all. Where is my black? There it is. There's Teddy.
How you doing? No Easter. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
All right. Happy Easter to everybody. No Easter, no sound. I didn't have sound before. I didn't know what was up.
Yeah, that was strange. I wonder if it was just a lag. But happy Easter and happy 420.
Thank you. Yep. I got to walk over there and get my stuff for 420. I've been waiting on you. As you know, we couldn't get the time right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, that's cool. It was fun. I got everything done. I made chicken wings and I made that onion pizza hack, which I sent you a picture of.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, I put a little bit too much oil on it, so it sagged a little bit. I gotta put less oil. I put oil on the bottom of the parchment paper. I guess I didn't have to do that. Oh, hey, Gutter Snipe. Hey, everybody. How is everybody?
I did a similar backwards thing the other day. I needed to put oil on the top of my beer bread loaf I was making, and I didn't.
Which I saw a picture of, right? We've been sharing pictures. There you go.
Yeah. The top turned out a little more crusty than is usual, like a hard crunch, but that was great for the corn chowder I made to go with it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, right? Because that makes it a little bit more sturdy. There's a better word for that. So my dog, he wants every time. He
wants to be on the live stream.
He doesn't. He just wants to get something. Well, I guess maybe Danny was messing with him because Danny's coming up alongside. Gotcha. Are you in trouble? Did he get you in trouble? So you're painting. Let me see the Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So I was telling everybody, when I first started this, my friend here, she lived here and was a bud tender at the local dispensary that I went to a lot. And she moved around the time of the tornado. So I'm going to have to do her more from memory now. But at the time when I first started it, she was live modeling for me. And I can grow plants with my license. So I had plants growing. Right. And we did an actual like fresh leaf crown.
Very cool. Very cool.
To finish out the detail on that.
Nice.
Are you ready to salute smoke before I start painting?
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let me get some. I gotta get it.
I'm gonna share this out again so everyone knows we're live.
I don't get any credit for rolling because I do not roll well at all. So
I'm kind of like bougie with my rolling. I use like a glass tip filter and I combine what's the word I'm looking for? A raw tobacco leaf with my zigzag so that I get, the sturdiness of the zigzag and the taste of the raw tobacco.
Yeah, I think that we should start a drinking game for everybody online. When we say sturdy, drink.
Heck yeah.
We've said sturdy twice now.
That's the word of the day now.
Right? So yeah. Cheers. Happy 420. And happy Easter. That's more important.
Happy 420, happy Easter. Yes. I am sharing out our live again.
Okay, cool.
And then I will light up.
I didn't put anything on. I could put something on my community post. I'm gonna sneeze. Hang on.
No problem.
I'm gonna shut this off.
Hey, Cherokee. Heck yeah, on the CBD oil, that is helpful. I love a good CBD for muscle pain.
I have CBD and THC.
Yep, same.
My cousin turned me on to that before we ever had dispensaries here. Well, before we had recreational. And so she used to she lives in California when she used to have it.
Aloha. Cherokee says aloha in the chat.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing, Cherokee? Me too, gutter snipe. There you go. I also have a beverage. You know that apple crispy beverage that I show. I love that. I have candy. I got stuff, guys.
Tessica Craft got her med card in West Virginia and is smoking with us. Awesome.
Salute.
Happy 420.
Happy 420, folkers.
Smoke them if you got them.
There you go. So yeah, I guess it's Jamie. Thank you. I just got that. Jamie wished me a happy it's the anniversary of my baptismal. So I said that.
Nice.
Yeah,
On 420?
Not on 420, on Easter Sunday. Doesn't that make more sense? Woo!
Yeah.
I love you, man. On 420, any day of the week, as long as it's 420. That was good. Yeah.
That's
on
reminder
Easter Sunday, it's more appropriate. I don't know what church you go to, but my church doesn't have a marijuana leaf.
No 420 service. Gotcha. Okay.
Snip that. It's hysterical. It really is.
Yeah, I'll make it short.
Yeah, my church doesn't have the marijuana leaf as the logo. It's got the.
Oh man, yeah,
That's
no.
funny, though. That's funny. That's funny. Can you imagine if we were in the same room and had that energy? And had that energy, like that would be wild. That'd be wild. Anyway, let me put that we're live. I don't want people from anybody that's interested that doesn't know. Let me go ahead and put that in my community post. If that's all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool beans. Cool.
Brandy K says, hubby says he's about to light some strawberry rizzle, then the jet fuel. Awesome. Can't remember what mine's called. Just a second. That's not what it is. It's.
Let me do my post.
Grape gas is what I'm smoking right now. Grape gas. Yeah, I got these glass tips on Amazon. I think it's like 6 for $12, and I love how they make it a much smoother smoke. Really a hell of a blunt. Tessica Craft says nice. Toddy, I don't know if you know, but Amber and Alora would be here, but they are in a bathroom taking shelter right now. There's tornado sirens going off for them right now, like there was for me last night.
Oh man, prayers for them. I hope everything's okay. I hope they'll let us know as soon as they know.
Sammy Soup's gonna smoke with us.
Cool. Millennial commentates. Your name is so long. Can I just tell you? 1980 millennial commentates. Yeah. What do you call it? Millennial 1980. I call you both. I call you 1980. No. I call you millennial. Yeah, I call you both.
I answered it all. I remember that one time Fancy and Amy Mack were up on a live, and Amy Mack called me 1020 down your ass. Like 1020 down your ass or whatever it is. I got some requests to do merch with that 1020.
You should.
Hey Kathleen, no problem. She just got home from Easter lunch.
Oh, cool. Is
Mama
that
down in the
ham?
garden.
Is that ham or turkey or
Ham
fish
or turkey, Kathleen? What'd you have? Toddy wants to know.
or fish? Ham, turkey, or fish? Isn't it? Would it would be one of those, right? Sorry, I
Depends.
didn't mean to. Sorry, don't
Oh,
mind
you're
that.
good. Nights, Mama down in the garden. I'm not on Instagram. I'm just on TikTok and YouTube. And I actually privated my TikTok. I'll unprivate it eventually, but I privated it whenever Fancy was copyright strike and everything, because I didn't want to lose my TikTok channel. But yeah.
I just opened up mine again. I just opened up mine today, and I accepted a bunch of requests.
Yeah,
I'm
I've
not
got
as
a lot
active on it.
waiting for when I open it up.
I'm not as active on it as I am on this, but I'd like to be a little bit more active on it. I'd like to put some of my little clips up that and then bring people over to here and perhaps do lives. I'd like to see like my hair go into that. What is that thing that Elvis it's called like a coiffant, it's a bouffant or something.
DuPont.
Yeah, I want to see, I love that one. I think that one's my favorite one. Where the
Yeah, those are good. Congrats on the skit, Toddy. It was so good. Brandy K says, yeah, that skit with Case was good. Y'all did a great job.
Man, that's not a skit, guys. That's true. And
It's
I'm
fun
really
to do
upset with
those.
Becca. And I'm upset with Becca Scoops because she got a voucher and I didn't get one. So that's just so not cool, man. I talked to her today about that skit. That wasn't a skit. That's truthfulness, man. It was fun.
Yeah, just like you were real mad about my nose ring.
I am. And where is it now?
I'm sneezing way too much. Sneezing way too much for that.
Yeah, I hear
No,
you.
I'm glad
Those
that
things
I'm
are
glad,
fun. Those things are
glad more
fun.
people are doing those. That was really fun when we did it. I thought it was cool when I saw Cases. That was awesome.
Yeah. I liked when we did the thing on Into the Weeds when we did the game. Like
Oh, that
that
was
was
great.
cool. Yeah, that was cool. So, so yeah. Yeah, it's
That
always nice because it shows, the people that, that like us that so because they see some of us like go through some really bad shit and then they wonder, I guess, does the community
yeah,
support the community? And the community certainly supports the community,
absolutely.
so I think so.
Paintbrushes. Yeah, it's always good. I know that our viewers love seeing us all get along, and I like showing how well we do get along. Besides,
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too.
Happy Easter, everyone. Gutter Snipe says it humanizes us. How do we alienize ourselves? I want to be I'm joking.
It's funny because I've always just said, we're just people behind a computer screen or a camera or, a phone or something, that's it. Just
Oh yeah.
everyday people. It's funny because I forgot that you were doing that painting. And when I looked real quick, I'm like, who's that laying behind her?
Had a moment there.
That's cool though. That says something
Yeah.
about your painting.
Thank you. Yeah, it's still pretty early stage, but it's all, blocked in good. Yeah, someone commented on one of my videos quite a while back, and it was I don't remember what the video was about, but they didn't like something I did, and they were like, not very professional. And
Oh, I
I
remember. I can
replied,
tell you what it was. I can tell you what it was. You want me to tell
what
you?
was it?
It was a guy, I think, and he said, could you stop? He might have said, please, could you stop laughing like that at the
Oh
end of
yeah.
every sentence? It's annoying. It's annoying. And you wrote back and said, listen, that's who I am. And I'm not trying to be annoying. If it's not for you, maybe just,
Yeah.
and the guy wrote back and said, what do you mean that's you? How could you be in this world, and have a job? You know what I'm saying? And he
Yeah.
said it's not very professional. And you said, well, it hasn't messed up my professional career before.
Right. Well, and I told him, I think it was the same person kept commenting. And I said something like, listen, I'm a person with a YouTube channel. I'm not really claiming to be professional in this aspect right here.
It was funny. It's funny. You know what we should do? And I think we could do it in good spirit, but we should do like the rudest comments or the funniest comments that we get, and just leave the people's names out of it. Just leave.
Yeah.
That's
Just
totally
read out.
inappropriate. Are you doing a hand because you're in? Okay, there's a cat there. There's a hand. Okay.
Yeah,
Sure
Laura, she was live modeling for this. We weren't planning to have an animal in it, but one of my cats just kept getting up in her lap, and I was like, well, she's in the painting now.
Brandy K says, professional douche.
Oh, Louisiana Mama, please don't stop laughing. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did you see the thing I sent you about the sister wives?
I did see the link, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. What's going on?
I forget. Some now you know. Leave my name out of it. Please leave my name out of it. That's what Brandy says.
That's funny.
Yeah. Okay, so what did I send you? I forgot. Sorry. Now you guys know if I'm really, really stoned on my channel because I can't really pay attention. And it's not because I'm not really reading the comments so much here. I'm just really stupid and stoned. Like I got this grin on my face I can't get rid of.
It happens.
And only when I'm really stoned, you know what I'm saying? But that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. I claim to come on over here and do this. So here I be.
Thank you. I appreciate you being here.
I appreciate being wanted and being asked to come aboard and say hello. If I had nothing better to do, come on over and visit.
Love it. Hey, and to everyone in the chat, it's open panel if any of you want to join us. I'll put the link back up.
So, yeah, come on up. Come on up. So let's see which one. What did I send you? I got to look at it.
It said that there was something new, some new information about sister wives, I believe.
Yeah. I know. Hang on. I can't even see. I think I sent it to you on email then. Okay, yeah, I did. I sent it to you on email because I'm looking through text messages. A bunch of people thought today was my birthday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Cherokee girl started some shit. She made a mistake. I don't know how. She meant it in good nature. And then everybody was wishing me a happy birthday. She was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Oops.
It was an accident.
Louisiana Mama just said something really sweet. For someone going through a tough time mentally with real life bullying from an adult, you two are a breath of fresh air. Thank you, Louisiana Mama. We're happy to be here.
Sorry you're going through that.
Yes, me too.
So who Crybrows busted again? Wait a minute, I'm gonna tell
Crybrows, Sobbin' Robin, right?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see. Ow, my ear hurts a little bit. This is interesting. Okay, hang on. I got a lot of interesting stuff. Can't wait to do some videos tonight from work because like, did you see into the weeds had all those pictures of the crime scene and the house and stuff?
Yeah, I went up on panel with them for a while last night. That's interesting.
I didn't. Well, I watched it for a little bit. I must not have seen you.
Yep, I come up. They'd been on for about an hour when I went up.
Louisiana Mama, I don't know. I'm going to talk about that case, but I figured I wasn't going to talk about that on this show. We're doing a little bit more lighthearted here. I think so. We're doing a little bit more lighthearted, yeah?
Yep. Yeah, it sounds like
I'm trying to see what I sent you.
Toddy was trying to get away from some drama cover in that case and stepped into a bit more.
Yeah, that's a one. And the Delphi case too. That's incredibly sad. You know, I just wanted to, talk about some other stuff that, I give so much credit to these content creators that oh, there she is. She's out of the bathroom for now, into the weeds.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
Oh, so you saw that already. Okay, cool. Yeah, somebody has COVID. I'm sorry to hear that. About to go to HR since they decided to put hands on me. Well, wow. Bathroom hiding from that tornado. That sounds odd, Mom. We got it. We're not even thinking about Gyps Ahoy. Come on. We're thinking about regular stuff. So hang on. I'm trying to see what I sent you, man. Still trying to see. Look at how long it's been.
That's funny.
It is funny. It's a Sister Wives explosive. McKelty Brown Padron claims she only sees her kids on weekends. And it's from that girl, Amanda Ray, the one that used to be Backwoods Barbie. I like Amanda Ray, and I'm glad her channel's moving up because I think she was being like bullied by you know who. You know who.
Oh.
You don't know who?
I assume the Browns.
No. She was nice to the Browns. KJ.
Oh, gotcha. Should have guessed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You should have. That's why I asked you.
Yeah.
Alora's still hiding in the bathroom, apparently.
Gotcha.
Making fun of Cody from oh, she was making fun of Cody for the COVID. Yeah, overdoing it with the COVID for sure.
Oh
For
man,
sure.
he went weird with that, and
He used that shit as an
especially-
excuse. I think so. I think he used that as an excuse. You don't think so?
Yeah, I do think he did, but definitely used it as an excuse. But even with that, like he just went weird with it. Is all I meant. Like whatever his motivations.
It's on again tonight, right? It's coming back tonight.
Sister Wives is. I heard that on the radio. I thought.
Well,
Yeah.
you said 420, so it's 420. Remember, it was your show we talked about when it was coming back on 420. Remember?
That's right. We did.
Yep.
Sorry, the 420 celebration is caused some details to leave me.
We thought it was kind of weird that it was coming back on 420. So I wonder what's up with that. So
Yeah.
is she the one with is she the one with the guy with Tony? She's the one with Tony with long hair, right?
McKelty?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too. Does
Trying to see
anybody
if anyone
know?
says in the comments.
Yeah, Robin is just as bad. Body is such a Cody, is that what? Cody is such a shit stain. I see it. Yeah, of a person, and Robin is just as bad. Absolutely.
Have you read, Toddy, about Robin's shopping addiction?
I think we talked about it for a little bit. I haven't honestly. I don't get a chance to read as much as I'd like to. I just do not have the time. So I get a lot of information from playing different stuff on YouTube and on Rumble and on the news at like super fast speed.
Right.
Like I hear things at super fast speed. I started talking really quick like this, and people were like, what's a slow down? Huh? What? But I do listen at a pretty fast speed. I think I do talk in a pretty fast
Yeah.
speed.
Apparently she spent tens of thousands of dollars on dolls.
God. Why? Why?
Yeah.
She's got her very expensive taste in art. Somebody wrote that they haven't watched any recent episodes. There hasn't been any recent episodes of Sister Wives since how long? It's been a couple months at least.
I'm pretty sure I remember reading about her getting like $1,000 geodes and stuff like that just to, decorate around the house, which I love geodes and stuff, but dang.
I have some
dead over them.
I have some, and I'm gonna be moving into something small. I'm thinking about like, what am I gonna do with my stuff? I don't want to carry this stuff. I don't want to have a storage unit. I want to like, I got to get rid of some stuff here. I already got rid of 2 guitars. Mrs. Fancy Pants, how you doing?
You come up if you want, Fancy Pants, open panel.
It's an open
there's
panel. Thousands of dollars on rocks. That's the truth.
Look at Laura's background.
Hello, guys.
I see it.
How's it going?
I mean, it's going. It's going. So are the tornado sirens every 5 minutes.
That's scary, man. That's scary. You guys have so you don't have a basement or a cellar. You have the place is very small. It's a trailer. It's an RV. Like I said I was going to get. So, but it's got 2 bedrooms. So it's 30 feet by like 15 feet. Oh, my neck. I'm sorry. So that's how big it is. It'll save me at least $12,000 in rent, and I'll be able to save a lot more money each month. And then I'll decide what is it that I want to do. I know that I want to leave. I think I want to leave the country, but at least I'd always have a place here that I could come back in case I needed to come back, or I don't know. But at least it leaves it open for me. I didn't want to buy anything in New York because 100% sure I am not. I don't want to live in New York State because of taxes alone. I don't want to live in New York State. So,
You thinking of going to Scotland?
what's that?
Are you thinking of going to Scotland?
Well, I'm supposed to be going to Portugal. My friends are going to Portugal.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I got some rocks from friends, and I also got and I also had purchased some rocks and stuff from friends. So I have a lot of rocks. I didn't even take them out for this past year, to be honest with you. So I don't know that I'm going to keep. I have to purge, man. I got to purge. Got to purge, but that's okay. That's okay because you can't take it with you anyway. And this stuff isn't really important. There's a few things that my dad, that I have, that my dad has given me, a few things that, from my grandparents and such, and that I'll hang on to. But I don't need to hang on to as much stuff as I have. And I used to be that person, which is funny, I mean, I used to be that person. I know I got it from my mom as far as just like, I had to have what I had to have. And, and
Yeah,
like now I'm basically going to give the shit away. So how much do I really have to have it?
I get you. I love my collections, but I know someday it won't mean more than the space.
Right. And not only that, but I'm sorry, if I would live on a boat, not in Florida. I would live on a
Hurricanes will
boat.
get you.
Well, not just you could leave. I mean, you could, you get more of a warning with a hurricane than you guys do with those tornadoes that you live with. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Those are,
I've heard
and
that.
so you could take your boat and go, and that's what a lot of people would do.
Mm-hmm.
I would live on a narrow boat in the UK. Like that would be awesome. I would love that. I would love that. But I would keep it kind of steady. I don't think that I would go through the locks and stuff because as a single person, that would be hard to do. So I think that I would just like that would be awesome. I would love to do that. Like
We don't want to get
Bristol.
got by Nessie.
I don't think there are narrow boats. I don't think that I didn't see any narrow boats on Loch Ness. I've seen boats I've been on Loch Ness, but the narrow boats are more like in Bristol. I see them more in England. Am I wrong?
Cool.
If anybody's in there in the chat, am I wrong about that?
I'm not familiar with the difference between narrow boats versus the rest of them in that context. I don't know.
Well, they're narrow. Hint on the word.
Whoa!
Those really small, thin boats.
Oh, Laura, you weren't here earlier.
No, I wasn't.
This was the anniversary of her baptism, and I was like, "Wow, on 420," and she was like, "Well, no, Easter Sunday," and I'm like, "Oh."
Oh. Well, Easter Sunday is on a different day every year, right?
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was talking
She's
about
like,
being
"It's not about
baptized. I said to her, I was baptized today. I said, oh, Jamie from Milk Honey and Mayhem just wished me a happy anniversary because I was baptized today. And she was like, oh, congratulations. And she was like, on 420. And I was like, no, on Easter Sunday.
You might as well have been baptized in 420.
I think it was on the 17th that year. It was
Yeah,
so
I got a
funny.
good laugh of where my mind goes. BJB Comedy stopped by going to an Easter egg hunt with family, but thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw some of your stuff this morning on TikTok.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter. Happy Easter. Is it Hey Cobb or Haka? I always ask. I'm going to forget anyway.
I've
Hey, party of
assumed,
six. Party of six.
I've assumed hot cob, but I might be right.
See you later.
My mom
Sage.
always says Hakab.
Hey, sorry, I'm really
Baby.
fucked up. Oh, should watch myself. Sorry about
You're
that.
good, buddy.
I definitely have to go to sleep before I go to work tonight.
Oh,
Thankfully,
for
I've done
sure.
everything. The dogs have been out. I do have to feed them. I think did I feed them yet? I don't think I fed them lunch or I haven't fed them yet. Well, at 3:00
No
I'm gonna
worries
feed
if you
them.
need the truck.
Then I'm gonna say goodnight and then I'm gonna take a shower and go to sleep because I'm gonna have to wake up and go to work and then get some videos out from my beeps. And then I have a 9:00 meeting with Rebecca online in the morning.
Rebecca Michelot?
Yeah, we do Monday morning talks.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a
Yeah.
couple of
Oh,
those. Those
good.
were really cool.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Busy schedule.
It is, right? It is. But that's
Yeah,
okay. I'm supposed to pay for the trailer tomorrow too, so at least I'm off tomorrow night.
that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's good. Oh, my battery.
I'm just so happy for you about the trailer. That's awesome.
Me too, because it allows me to be independent and I can't handle the people living over my head. Like they're just too fucking loud. I hate them. I don't hate
Oh, I
'em.
totally get that.
I don't hate them, but like they run and stuff, so I don't understand. Like they don't need to run like that. Take your kid to the playground. We have a nice playground here. Take your kid to the playground. It's a beautiful day outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Go outside, play. But now it's like, so that's okay. That's okay. The dogs will have their own room if they want to get away from me. That's the most important thing is, that we're safe and that, I think everything kind of fell into place as far as the water and the electric and the
Yeah.
pad, as far as putting the pad down and stuff. So I think everything is really, really good for me.
It definitely sounds like it.
And it does. It gives me the opportunity to decide. I could take it and live anywhere. I could go to Canada if I wanted to, and my home is right there with me. You know what I'm saying? Either I could pay to
Exactly.
have it moved anywhere where I want to move, or I could save up for the big truck that takes it with me. You know what I mean? But it's definitely. I don't want to take it from here, there. I would, I will take it and leave it in a place and then make that place my home for the next few years. You know what I'm saying?
Gutter Snipe says freedom for Toddy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Moving
yeah.
around is very
I got a lot
freeing.
of support from this community. I'm sure I'm going to hear online, I'm trailer trash. I am trailer trash. I'm okay with that.
You rename your
So,
channel.
no,
Trailer Trash with
yeah.
Toddy One Skip.
Trailer trash with Toddy One Skip. There you
No,
go. There you go.
I've lived in trailers growing up in the past, so I ain't got no problem with it. People who say that have an issue with themselves, and
My
I will
favorite
own it like
home.
you just did.
My favorite home was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Uh, it wasn't quite a double wide. They called it like 1.5. And I love that. I'm so sorry that I gave that up. It was manageable. It was mine. I overlooked a mountain, looking over another mountain.
Ooh.
And I had a yard with my dogs and it was, and I loved it. I loved it. But
I
I
bet.
gave it up. What happened?
Oh, we lost Laura.
Laura.
I hope they're not getting storms that knocked her power back out.
Oh, I guess that would make sense. Let us know you're okay, Laura.
Yeah, please.
We got to take a smoke. We both said please at the same time.
Good call. Good call. Smoke break.
You don't want one anymore, Mrs. Fancy Pants? I am.
Absolutely.
Thank you too much, Mom. Thank you so much. There's so much we're going to be doing. We are going to be doing that. Thank you so much. Can you email me in case I have any questions about that? Please. Her connection is bad and it kicked her off. That's okay. We just need to know that you're okay, Laura. Just can you let us know as things go on that you're okay? She's good, but I have no idea what happened to her. She's online. So she's
We got them
okay.
both in comments, so they're all right.
Yeah. Cool.
So we're smoking to Amber and Laura's safety on this 420 day.
Okay, dokie. Yeah, it's just me though. It's just me and my dogs, Mrs. Fancy Pants.
I
And
guess
and
that's why
and
she doesn't want one anymore. Yeah.
and here's the thing, excuse me. I don't want to. I want to have Milo for as long as I'm able to, but he's going to be
Yeah.
12 years old in August. You know, I don't think that I'm going to do another dog because my plan is to leave the country. I could leave the country with one dog in the plane, on the plane with me, but I can't leave the country with two dogs on the plane with me. Like Danny can come
The
with
Wyoming
me.
win.
What's that?
Wyoming win said pup virtual pass.
So I'd be able to like take Danny to a different country where if I had two dogs, I couldn't,
Gotcha.
because
That
one
makes
would,
sense.
nobody's going in cargo. I'm not putting an animal in
Yeah.
cargo. So, and
The
I think
trailer is
I'm
pull
hoping
behind,
Danny will
right?
be, what?
The trailer is pull behind, right? Or
Yeah.
not motorized. Gotcha.
No, it's not a drive one. It's not a drive one. No.
Gotcha.
And I want to get kind of like a carport. I also, not only is it going to be insulated, but I also want to get like a carport so that when it snows, it's not just laying on the top of the trailer.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was looking into carports and stuff, and I think by the time, because now I'm just saving money for all this stuff. My savings is now gone to the down payment of the thing, but I'm grateful that I was able to do that. A lot of people aren't able to do that. So
Yeah.
now I'm gonna start saving up for like the extra stuff for this, for that, for this, for that. And that'll be all right because still it's gonna end up being $12,000 cheaper. And then well, I'm sorry, it's gonna be $18,000 cheaper. I take that back. And it's going to give me my freedom, and my dogs are going to be just so much happier because there's not going to be that
Yeah.
knocking. I mean, Milo, he kind of trusts that everything's okay. Danny is still, it's not a fifth wheel. Danny is still like kind of skittish and stuff, and she
Mhm.
doesn't like the noise. I don't like the noise. I am mad at her.
I get it. Yeah.
I don't know what a Class C is, so I'm still ignorant to what they are. This is a pull behind. It's not a fifth wheel. It's
Good afternoon.
it's one of those. I'll tell you what it is. Hang on, people. Now, smile on your brother.
Everybody get together.
There you go. Try to love one another right. There
Right
you
now.
go.
We're gonna
Right
do it,
now.
y'all.
What's that?
We're gonna do it, y'all.
There you go. That's right. Anybody want to join in? Join in. Anybody want to join in? I've
Yep.
lived in a fifth
Come on,
wheel
sing
for
with us.
7 years now. Very cool, Pamela. Do you live in a state? What state? Can you tell us what state you live in? I'd like to know simply because I'm nosy. No, seriously, I want to know about the winter and stuff. That's why. So I got what did I get? You guys heard we might have a toilet paper shortage, and everybody knows I bought like 2 cases, and I bought my mom 2 cases.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, my friend told me. My friend who I'm gonna leave the country with, one of my besties.
Nice.
I've
One of
known
your
I've known my friend Lucy for about 45 years. So yeah, she's
Pamela Palmer said Georgia.
okay. That's where my friend Lucy lives, Pam.
About to have allergy attack here.
Yeah, it's terrible. I've been sneezing. That's why my neck hurts so bad because of, I have this problem with my neck. And when I'm sneezing, it aggravates it. It's a wildwood. It's 30 feet in length, and it's a 2024. I got a 2024 wildwood. Maybe it's a 2023. I don't know. Maybe it's.
Have you seen the Louisiana trailers on stilts that Stinky Socks here is talking about, Toddy? I remember driving by those back when I lived on the Gulf Coast.
I've seen not trailers on stilts. I've seen houses on stilts down in the Keys. As a kid, when my grandparents used to take my brothers and I remember seeing the houses that were on stilts because of
The tide, the beach
yeah,
houses.
and bad weather and stuff.
In
I remember
Louisiana,
those trips. Those were cool.
because of some of the flooding and like the swampy type areas. Sometimes if they're setting a double wide trailer, they'll put it on blocks all the way up like 20 feet in the air, a regular double wide trailer,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
and then
So,
have stairs coming up to it because of the water.
well, now that I think about it, so now my question is, so how do they get sewage and how do they get water? It's weird because, well, I was looking into into this trailer. I thought that I was going to do the recirculating shower, but thankfully I'll have access to water full time. So I'm
Yeah.
grateful for that.
Well, when it comes to sewage and water in like Louisiana, Mississippi area, I don't know about the north areas, but in the south areas of the state, they don't have to insulate those pipes, so they can just run them up.
You have to
Because
insulate the pipes here.
do what?
So I'll have to insulate the
Yeah.
water that goes, and that's fine. And as far as, I'm not going to have black water because I'm going to have a compost toilet. I'm not going to have black water.
Gotcha.
I'm going to have gray water per se, but everything that I use now is going to be like, God, what's the word that you use when it's biodegradable?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that when I empty that, which I'll empty the gray water little by little, but I'm going to empty it into the ground because it's biodegradable.
Yeah.
So yeah, the main thing is, really just to have my sanity back. And I feel I can't, I hate, I don't know how, I know that sounds horrible, all of this. I'm trying to find the words. So ever since I never used to be as sensitive to things as far as temperature and sounds. Never used to be. But um I am now, and it's one of the side effects of Lyme disease, and also like having your equilibrium off at times. So having somebody over my head is just it's so pronounced, even if it's not so pronounced, if that makes
Yeah, I
any
get it.
sense. And it's hard because I work overnights. Don't walk, you know what I'm saying? Stop. Stop in
Yep.
the name, right? But there's also this kid that runs up and down the hall, and it's like, and there's also somebody with the flat feet. So I don't know. It's just not for me. So I just
Yeah.
want to get my independence back per se, and
Not have to
enjoy
worry
life.
about anyone
I
else
want
is
to
doing.
enjoy life basically again. Yeah, I definitely want to enjoy life again, and not,
I can't see the comment now to highlight it, but someone in the comment said, free range freelance toddy is fabulous.
Thank you. I appreciate
Free
that.
range toddy, I like
Thank
that.
you. I appreciate that. Sensory overload. Yeah, it
Mhm.
is. Yeah, Lyme disease. Yeah, it sucks. I love comedy. That's why I sub to Todd. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know if I was talking to one of my brothers, and I don't speak to him often, and he was asking me about this channel, and I was saying to him what it was about. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Ask mom. So I don't know. I like that the channel allows me to do things, like
Yeah.
I'm deep diving into some other cases now, but I also like doing the funny stuff. I got some funny stuff about Gypsy. I used to do those National Geographics, the Nat Geo, and Gypsy with his making her. And I guess I could do that, especially with those dance moves now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'll probably do something funny with that because I like that. I like to make the laughter as well as, and you do too, right? You have all different things that you talk about for sure. You like the Meghan Markle, you like the snarky
Yeah,
stuff, right? Is that true? Do you like the snarky
definitely.
stuff? So, and the topical stuff more so, right?
Yeah, I like to talk about random things in the news that I get over interested in that my family and friends are not interested in. Luckily, a community has showed up for me here in the comments that finds it interesting too. So I get to have people to talk about it all too. Thanks to y'all.
Isn't that funny? And they think that we're something special. We rely on you guys
Talk to
as
them.
our friends. Please, if you weren't here, I'm playing, guys. But it is, I mean, I think that I don't know. That's important that especially the people that subscribe to us and when it means a lot to me when people are like, "Oh, I wait for your video. I love your
Yeah,
videos coming out." Like, isn't that important? I know
it's
that's
so
important to me
awesome to
because I know
hear.
who you are. I know who you are, and it does. You like bringing joy and showing up for people.
Yes, it's really cool that to be able to have fun with a bunch of people online who enjoy the same stuff.
Well, and then they come over to my channel, they make fun of you.
There we go. Oh man, we're getting a lot of really nice comments.
Well, who's your mod? You don't have a mod, do you?
No, my husband mods for me sometimes, but he's out with his sons right now having fun.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, because I don't see anybody. I don't have a mod at all. I don't have a one.
CJB, I relate. My friends got sick of me sending them my videos. So he's starting to feel, yeah, my friends and family are like, I'm so tired of hearing about Gypsy Rose and the royal family. Whoops, knocked my paintbrushes over. Yeah, they were really
Oh,
sick
I
of
thought
hearing
that
about
was a dog sneezing. I was gonna say I didn't know she had a dog.
it. No, I had a bag of paintbrushes sitting on my chair by me and they fell off. Hey,
Oh,
Patchouli
Into the
Julie.
Weeds is cooking now.
Nice, nice. La Chat Noir, love that name. Yes, that's us. I mean, I don't dress up like this every day, but I act and laugh the same all the time.
That's true. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, she's been on the phone with me.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah, CJB's comedy is awesome. Julie mentioned in there.
I agree. I agree. Fried Brussels sprouts and a brisket. My
That
mom
sounds
makes a
good.
good brisket. My mom fried Brussels sprouts. I like. Shorty Pie says, "I love your laughter." Toddy, my husband, hears your voice
Yeah.
on the TV before he hears mine in the morning. Ooh, thank you for that. It does mean a lot to me. That means a lot to me.
Yeah.
Not just that one specifically. They all mean so much to me. I
Well, it's
appreciate
like
that.
you always say, people give us their time to watch these,
They
to watch
do.
us,
That's
talk to
currency.
us.
That's currency to me. I mean, that's
Mhm.
currency as the world gets harder and harder and people make time for people in their day. Yeah, absolutely. Right.
Lots of nice comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like CJB's songs. They're funny.
Yes, I agree. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hey.
Good.
I'm gonna have to go soon because I do have to take a shower. Oh, I have to feed my guys. They're not gonna let me not feed them.
No worries. Yeah, we can't have Danny and Milo hungry.
No, and they won't let me go. Seafood
Oh
boil
no.
later today, listening, cleaning pots for boil. Oh wow, seafood boil.
Oh, I love a good seafood boil. Kathy Hannah can't hear anything. I'm sorry, Kathy. I know everyone else can. Toddy couldn't at first, but she got
Why
it figured
not? Why can't you hear anything?
out. Oh
Plug
no.
in, plug out. Plug in, plug out. Plug in, plug out. Toddy, I did not know that about Elvis. What about Elvis? What about Elvis? Did I say something about Elvis? You're
I'm not.
Toddy one skip and we're not. I'm telling you truth. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. What did I say about Elvis?
I'm
I
trying
did
to
not
think. I don't remember hearing Elvis mentioned.
I don't think Elvis did basic training in my hometown.
No.
My hometown. That's Into the Weeds podcast. When Priscilla
Oh.
had that baby. Oh, that's true. Did you not know that? Okay, yes, that's very true.
Oh, yeah.
Elvis Presley did not want to mess with mothers, including the mother of his own kid. Yeah, he saw moms. I thought that was common knowledge. Check it out. Seriously, go online. That's a common thing. You've heard about that?
Yeah, I think it was in the Priscilla movie and then the other recent Elvis movie that come out. They talked about how, once she had the baby, he had an aversion to, having anything to do with her nude.
Yeah.
But
He
a
saw
teen
her
was
in
okay. Elvis, come on, Miss Fancy Pants, you're absolutely right. Yeah, because he was good with Priscilla being a teenager.
Yeah, and we didn't catch things like that. We didn't say things like that. We let things like that slide. I mean, look at Jerry Lee Lewis. Look at how many. Look, it wasn't Steven Tyler was somebody young, and
Yeah, there was a book about it.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just wow, and these people have paid the price and are still paying that price. Elvis is my cousin, and my mom graduated with Priscilla.
Oh wow, who's that?
Um,
Brandy K. Well, Brandy, what's your thoughts on it? I'd like to know if you want to share them with us in the comments. Yeah, Miss Fancy Pants, right. A lot of predators in Hollywood.
yep. Well, it seems like there's everywhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Trying to get the velvet on this couch looking velvety.
David Bowie had a 12-year-old lover. I didn't know that. And I liked David Bowie. I was a fan of
Oh wow,
his.
me neither.
I was a Bowie fan for sure, for sure. That's not okay. Definitely not okay in any time zone.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? In any
right.
time, in any year zone, any time zone, that is not okay.
Absolutely.
Oh man. On and
Oh,
on. The list
Bobby
goes
Bear,
on
Marie
and
LeBeau.
on. What's that?
Into the Weeds is related to Bobby Bear, who sung the Marie LeBeau song in the 70s.
Sing it.
I can't remember that one. There's a lot of Marie Laveau songs, but the
I
one I
don't.
always remember is Papa Celeste. It's so his 20s New Orleans band. It's like, there is a country lady not long ago in Louisiana named Marie Laveau.
I
Lots of
don't know that
sax.
song, but I like it. I
Yeah,
like
it's
that.
really cool.
I like
I'll send
that.
you a link.
Cool. I like that. I could do that. I can't do it, but I mean, I will listen to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
getcha. I getcha.
I remember the day Elvis died. I
Oh,
remember that. Yeah. I don't remember the day the music died, but I love the song. I remember when that song came out, though.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
song.
Don McLean. Oh my gosh, what a classic. That's like one of the best written songs ever, 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 ever,
Yeah,
ever. That must have been a gift for him.
I can't
He's
think
written
of
some
enough.
really good stuff. I like Don McLean.
Me too. Um, Crap. I was gonna ask you about a song and I lost it. It went out of my brain.
Well, that's because we smoke too much pot.
Yeah, maybe we should smoke more and it'll come back.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, I remember what I was gonna ask you. Yeah, see, I just even started to smoke the pot and come back. Did you ever listen to the Ozark Mountain Daredevils?
Yes. Jackie
Yeah,
Blue.
yeah,
Woo! Jackie Blue. That's the song I
yeah,
know. That's the only one.
yeah. If you wanna get to heaven, you
Oh, I know
gotta
that
raise
song.
a little hell.
I know that song. I know that song. See, Danny, I'm sorry that there's all that noise over your head, baby. She's sitting there minding her own business, laying down, and there's like a football game going on upstairs. Babe, about a month, and we'll be out of here. don't get mad at your sister coming
That's what you've
over
got
here.
left a month?
Well, no. Okay, so my lease is up. I gotta find out. I think I paid first and last in security, so I wouldn't have to pay for June because my lease would be up July 1st. I'd be expected to be gone July 1st. I moved in July 1st. So my lease would be up the month of June. I shouldn't have to pay June unless I didn't pay. I have to look and see. But
Gotcha.
I can get my home anytime. They're going to hold it up until June 15th. Excuse me, it would be ideal for me to get it around May 20th, which means I have from like now from like tomorrow until like May 20th to get like the level to get it leveled and
Yeah.
stuff. And I think that that's the most important thing is that I get it leveled because I can still get power to it. But then my friend wants to go ahead and he's going to actually put a utility box out there. So I'll be running more than like an extension cord per se, but the extension cord is actually coming. It's not even like 6 feet away from the front door.
Yeah.
So, it is a big doobie. Are you talking about mine? Which one are you talking about?
Could apply to both of us.
Anyway, so I think to me the most important thing is to get like the thing down so that I can at least bring it there and start working on it when it's there and I can, start like powering it up and stuff and that's I think the most important thing. And then I'll go ahead and then get the electric and then I think I would go ahead and start in the insulation and the skirting.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to start for the carport to cover like the top so when it snows and stuff I don't want it sitting there, you know what I mean? So
Yeah, for sure.
and then yeah, so I think then I should be able to start saving my money again and stuff. So I'm excited about that. And I still should be able to do all right. Oh, and they told me I could put a fence up if I wanted to, that's I'm definitely doing. I will definitely.
That's
That's
so
definitely a
perfect for your
priority.
dog.
It's definitely a priority for me, for them. Definitely, every place I've lived in that's allowed me to put a fence up, I have. I put up a fence in an apartment, like a real. I lived in Florida in this apartment and it was perfect. And it was only like one level. And I was like, if I pay for a fence, would you let me put up? Thinking she would say no, because like I was the only one with the fence and everything was uniformed.
Uh-huh.
And I think she thought that there's no way I'd pay for a fence. And so I guess it was like a bad. And so when they came over and said $1,000, I was like, and this was like, I want to say 10 years ago, 11, 12 years ago now. And I said, okay. And I said, so they're going to put a fence up. And she was like, okay. So, I mean, I think she could rent that place. I think she rents that place now more because it has a fence.
Because of your fence. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, my dog's benefited from it. That's what it had to do. She was a good landlord, a really good landlord, so I have no problem. I'm not a handyman at all. I'm not even a handy woman, Brandy K.
Yeah. Amber from Into the Weeds says that the worst concert she ever went to was a Reba one because Kung Fu, I believe it was, said she's going to a Winona concert soon. I went to a Reba concert. It was in the mid 2000s, like 2011, I think. And I thought Reba was great. Into the Weeds says hers is in the 90s. Have you ever seen Reba or Winona in concert?
So I took my mom to see Reba the same time you went, like 2011 or so. And we went to the Hard Rock, which is where Anna Nicole Smith died, which is now known as the Guitar Hotel, right? I'm glad you can hear us, Kathy Hannah. I'm glad you can hear us.
Good, yay.
So, and I thought Reba was great.
Was she? Did she have an opening band with her?
I'm pretty sure that she did. Yeah, probably.
At that time, when I saw her opening band was the band Perry. They were brand new country at that time.
I think that's the name of that band. I think I would have
really good. I thought it.
I would have to look it up. But I know it was at the Hard Rock in Miramar, Florida, Hollywood, Florida, and
Mhm.
because I remember not only did I take my mom, I took my aunt and my aunt and her boyfriend.
Yeah.
It was not. She loves Reba, but it was not what she was expecting.
Gotcha.
Did you expect Dolly?
Come
I'm
on, tell us
joking.
what you
I'm
expected.
joking. I'm just joking, man. I'm smoking a little bit. Smoking a little bit. I'm allowed to. It's
We're
Sunday.
joking and smoking here.
Yeah, so there's gonna be a
We're
lot of
jokers,
like,
we're smokers, and we're midnight tokers.
yeah. I can't be a midnight toker because I work at night. But thank you.
Gotcha.
So, yeah,
Oh, Misha, Toby Keith was her opening act in the 90s. I would have loved to see 90s Toby Keith.
yeah. He was definitely not her opening act when I saw her at the hotel at Hard Rock. Hard Rock.
Oh, CJB got to see Merle Haggard. Nice.
My
Oh,
first
Bush.
concert was Frampton. From Frampton Comes Alive. It was Frampton Comes Alive.
Nice.
That was like awesome. Like, how can you get it better than that? During the Frampton Comes Alive era to see Frampton
Right,
Comes
yeah.
Alive. Yeah. That was
I
cool.
haven't been to a lot of concerts. Like when I was a teenager, I was only allowed to listen to Christian rock. And
I
so
like some Christian rock though. I
I
like
saw
some
the
Christian-
Newsboys.
Like you?
Does anyone in the comments know who the Newsboys is? Let us know. Probably gonna love to. Ooh, Sticky Socks saw Led Zeppelin. Wow.
I
John
remember John Cougar.
John Cougar. I love Jack and Diane. Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Diane.
Two American kids doing the best
Growing
they
up.
can.
I was gonna say growing up in the heartland.
There you go.
Yeah. Why am I getting in trouble for this? This isn't my channel. Put up Danielle's comment. Put up Danielle's comment. Why am I in trouble for that?
I was wondering about that.
Oh
Johnny's
my
my guest today, Daniel. I'm the heathen here. Into the Weeds knows who the Newsboys are. Awesome. That was during their Take Me to Your Leader era.
I didn't start smoking online either, so I hope you're joking about that for real. There's a lot of people that smoke online, and I don't do it often. This is when I'm like out of this. Hey, leave me alone.
Hopefully they're joking.
I hope
Daniel,
so.
let us know if you're joking.
I don't know what God would say, but He created it.
Yep.
He created it, that I'm not adding nothing to it. There is nothing added to this. So I saw a lot of people, a lot of great people in my day. I've seen like REO Speedwagon
Oh, nice.
on that massive High Infidelity tour where every song on the album was a hit. I don't, what I mean, Keep on Loving You. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All those great songs. Yeah, I saw Van Hagar. I didn't see Van Halen because I don't like David Lee Roth at all, but I like Sammy Hagar a lot. So, and I like and I liked Van Halen without David Lee Roth. So when Van Hagar came about, I wasn't a big fan, but I saw him a couple times. I saw Elton John back in the day. Philadelphia Freedom.
Ooh, Kung Fu saw the Stones and Pamela saw Jimi Hendrix.
That's awesome.
Holy crap! Yeah.
I wasn't a Stones fan. I was never a Stones fan.
I saw.
I like Air Supply. All that love.
I'm a big Leonard Skinner fan, and
Okay.
obviously they died before I could see them since I was born in the early '80s.
So you like Rosington Collins or no?
I don't know who that is.
Those are the remaining members of the Leonard Skinner band, Rosington Collins.
Oh, okay. They must have changed their name because in the early 2000s, I saw. Is that Artemis Pyle's band?
I don't know.
He was their drummer.
I don't know.
At the time, Johnny Van Zant hadn't made his country band called Van Zant yet, and he was still traveling with Artemis Pyle. And I went and saw them in Northwest Arkansas in like this biker hangout place. There was no seats. It was like or electricity hardly. They had generators, and it was a round stone building.
Wow, wow.
Ozzy's old guitarist, Black Label Society. Wow.
Hang on, let me see Rosington Collins. Let me look that up. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm talking about. Let me double check. I just want to make sure because
At the time, that they were calling it Saturday Night Special.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That particular one, Artemis Piles.
Yeah. Rosington Collins Band. Let me see.
Ooh, Kung Fu Soul Madonna.
There we go. It's the Rosington Collins Band was an American Southern rock band founded in 1979 by guitarist Gary Rosington and Alan Collins following the plane crash which killed 3 members of the Leonard Skinner Band, of which both had been members.
Oh, cool. I'll have to check that out. I didn't know.
Yeah. So you want me to send this link to you? I'll send this link to you. I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
CJB saw Stone Temple Pilots Godsmack. Seesuck saw Ozzy and Alice in Chains. Laura says she's about to see Trisha Paytas. All right, Laura.
I love that you put that shit out there. Are you joking?
Me too. Hey, I respect Trisha Paytas' hustle. Man, make $1 million crying on the floor. Good Lord.
Oh,
That takes some skill.
Oh, I would see Garbage in a minute. I would love to see Garbage. Yeah, I like that band a lot. Yep. You know the band Garbage?
I should know. It sounds familiar. I can't think of any of their songs. What's one of their
I
hits?
know. I bet you do have an extra ticket. I'm sorry, Laura. Have fun with that.
Where's it at, Laura?
I wouldn't have told anybody. Oh my God, but that's all right. I love you for it. That's too funny. What a kick in the pants. That's funny. Freddie Mercury was great. I never saw him in concert, but yes, he was. Wow. Absolutely. Anybody see Kung Fu Fighting? Anybody hear it? I saw same here, Kung Fu. So I was like, Kung Fu Fighting. The Cranberries. I used to like them too. Yeah. I want to see Pink.
Just my heart.
I want to see Pink. I've seen Brandy Carlisle like 1 million times, and that's because one of my really good friends who's a male really likes Brandy. So he turned me on to Brandy Carlisle. I've seen her like, I don't know, probably 6, 7 times. And you know what band she turned me on to? The Lumineers. The Lumineers.
I haven't heard of that.
The Lumineers, yeah, you have. Ho Hey. That song, Ho. Hey. Yeah.
I can't place it.
Guys, can you sing it?
Probably would if I heard it.
Yeah. Well, we can't play it. I was going to play it for you. I can't sing it right now because I'm a little stoned.
That happens.
Well, at least you guys know how I am when I'm stoned. And a few people have accused me of being stoned. Now they know she wasn't stoned before. We know her now. But I'm not driving the plane here. It's all my friend.
Into the Weeds saw Crystal Gale. In the 80s, I was obsessed with Crystal Gale. I wanted to have long hair like hers. Ivana saw Prince. Wow.
I would have loved to have seen Prince. I would have loved to. Jen and I loved Prince. We loved Prince, and we loved Nina Simone. I never was a Kiss fan. Never was a Kiss fan. Never was a Kiss fan. No.
I like some of the 80s hair bands, like Def Leppard.
Not Def Leppard. I wasn't a Def. My brother liked Def Leppard, or my nephew liked that. One of them liked Def Leppard. But a lot of credit to that drummer that lost the arm and came back as an amazing drummer, man. Kudos to him. I like Cheap Trick. I like the Kinks. I like Journey, Boston, Styx.
I have a funny story about, not
the
exactly
Beatles,
about
my favorite, the Beatles.
Nice, the Beatles. It's not about the band Boston specifically, but so when I was in my early 20s in Branson, one of
Bad
my
Company.
friends,
Yeah.
yeah, one of
Sorry.
my friends I was hanging out with was in her 40s, and she was dating an older guy who had been a backup drummer for the band Boston. Wasn't a regular member or anything, but he'd been a backup drummer for them.
Cool.
We all thought it was super cool. We were
Mother
hanging out on the lake, on Table Rock Lake, on a houseboat. And me and that guy's daughter were the same age, and we went out back to smoke. All of a sudden, he's banging on the door, and he goes, "You two better be smoking weed out there, because if it's cigarettes, I'm going to kick your butt. Those are unhealthy."
That's funny.
That was
That's
way
funny.
before legalization.
That's funny. That's really funny.
Floyd and Queen.
Moody
Yeah.
Blues. I like the Moody Blues. I also like Steely Dan. I was Steely Dan, I think, went under the radar. I really like Steely Dan. Hey 19. They have like hit after hit after hit. I really like
Yeah.
Steely Dan. And Bad Company. Yeah,
I
I
love
love
Bad
Bad
Company.
Company. Yeah. Bob
Bad
Seger. Bob Seger. Fantastic. Yeah. Some rock and roll in it. Steely Dan. I have the box set. Oh, Gwen, my new best friend. I have Alexa. I make it. Alexa, can you do? Well, it'll take. No, forget it, Alexa. No, I don't want you to play because it'll cost her money. Bob Seger is my mom's favorite. I don't know how to take that. Cheap Trick. I really like Cheap
AC/DC,
Trick. My
nice.
brother liked AC/DC for sure. Back in Black. Hit the sack. Yeah.
Now I'm glad to be back.
Back. Footloose. Yeah. I've messed up some song lyrics lately, so I'm a little apprehensive about singing because the internet is forever, forever, forever.
That's
I was
true.
never a Police fan, and I actually can't stand that song. Every breath you take,
Yeah, I'm not a big fan
every
of that
move
either.
you make,
To me,
every
that's a
time I
funeral
stalk
song, you
you.
know?
It's about stalking. Like, I caught that right away. Somebody said, "Don't you like that?" I love Rod Stewart. Just saw him in the last few years, but always a Stewart fan. Always loved him. Even when he was like before
Yeah.
he was well known, I liked his older stuff as well.
Are you a fan of Jack White at all? White Stripes?
I do like some of their stuff. I
Me
can't say
too.
that I'm a fan, but I like some of their stuff. Alice Cooper, not so much, but I like School's Out. I like that song. And there was another song he does that I like. I think a slower song he does that I like. Nice Guy, supposedly. But yeah.
Doesn't
Meatloaf. I liked Meatloaf, remember?
I
Because
love
2 out of
Meatloaf.
3 ain't
I was so
bad, man.
sad when he died. He was so wholesome on social media. He'd come on, so Meatloaf would be on social media the last few years before he died,
I didn't know
and
that.
just be like, "Hope everybody's having a good day. Love ya, meat." Like that's a sign off. Love ya, meat.
Oh,
So
you know who I really was a fan of? Eddie Money. Like, Eddie Money was one of my favorites. Like the Eddie Money is sprinkled in the mosaic soundtrack of my life. Eddie
nice.
Money has written so many love songs. He's involved in like 3, I think, of my relationships, like his songs.
You
Eddie
know
Money.
who you don't hear much about, but I love some of their songs? Big Head Todd and the Monsters.
Yeah, never heard of them at all. I like
Really?
John Waite though. I love
I'll have
John
to send
Waite.
you some. Anybody in the
John Big
comments know Big Head Todd and the Monsters?
Head. Southside Johnny, I know. You like Southside Johnny and the Raspberry Jukes.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, Southside Johnny
We're
and
gonna
the
have to
Raspberry
exchange
Jukes.
more music, Toddy.
Yeah, I guess so, because I never heard of Big Head Todd.
They said, "How about
Yeah.
Everlast?" I liked some Everlast
Oh,
back in
no.
the day.
I liked
They were,
Everlast too. Yeah. Their
they
album
were
was
kind
the
of
yellow
one-hit
album
wonders,
with
were
the
they?
yellow album with the happy face, right? Wasn't that Everlast?
Um,
Or was that the other band? There was another band. These bands had one hit, like one album out, and that was it. Then they're bye.
I know. Yeah, that's the rough part about it.
Bye. Saw Bad Company when I lived in St. Louis.
Nice.
Bad Company.
Represent.
Oh, here, yes, Big Head Todd is from Colorado. Did you see that? Somebody put that in the thing right there.
No,
Yeah,
awesome.
somebody wrote that Big Head Todd is from Colorado. It was
Yeah, I really think
Aurora,
you'd like
did you
some of
name
this
your dog
stuff.
Hall or Oates?
Oh, Marshall Tucker Band. Yeah.
That was Mrs. Fancy Pants. That's some Southern rock, that Marshall Tucker Band. Oh, Rocky Horror Picture Show. I was just thinking about that the other day. Loved it. Loved it.
Oh, so Laura said.
Oats. Yeah, I see that. I see that. I see that. Yeah, there's a lot of great bands that are no longer. You know who I'm a fan of, I have to say? I like his
Who's that?
stuff. I'm not a country person, but I like it more than the other stuff that's out there, to be honest with you. And it's Jelly Roll.
Yeah. Well, I told you I've been working on a cover of one of his songs, right?
I think
Him
so.
and Machine Gun Kelly
Oh
did
yeah,
a
did
cover of Country Roads,
the
and they did a
remake of
Lonely
Country
Road.
Roads, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love what they
Yeah.
did with it.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I agree. I love that.
Yeah, I like Jelly
Is
Roll.
that what you're doing? Are you doing Lonely Roads?
Yeah, I'm doing
Very
Lonely
cool.
Roads, but I'm just gonna make it about, and like they made it about having money problems and going back to bad ways and everything. I'm gonna make it about the tornado scene in our disaster area
Oh, cool,
that
cool,
we're dealing
cool.
with. Yeah, the lonely roads of the town. But
That's cool. CJ says that he got him through. Yeah, you know who else I like? And this was like a gift from Jen after she passed, because I didn't know that she liked him, but they had played this song at her memorial, and apparently she was a fan of Post Malone. And
cool.
they did Sunflower. I knew that Jen loved sunflowers. I knew that, so that was appropriate. You know the movie from the song from the Spider-Man um
It,
movie Sunflower. You
it
should
sounds
listen to it.
familiar.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
listen. It's a cool song. It's got a good beat. It's got a good
Yeah.
beat. I can see Jen liking that song for sure. For sure. I've never
There's some
seen Bruce
really
Springsteen. Go ahead. Sorry. What?
Oh, you're good. There are some really random songs that I've come across because of movies that get in my head, and I just love them forever. And
Right.
one is Mondo Bongo by Joe Strummer and the Mescaleros. Anyone heard of this? So it was featured on the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Oh, really? Oh,
Where-
so that
where
was
they
was that the slow song where they come up into dance? Yes, I do know
Yes.
that song, actually. I do know that song. I'm sorry to hear that, Wyoming Wind.
What
They
happened?
played it at Jen's memorial.
Oh,
Yeah. Fleetwood Mac, yes. Heart, yes. You know what else? Jen died the same way. Wyoming Wind. I'm sorry to hear that. What was I saying? I'm sorry.
You're okay.
I was saying before that.
Fleetwood Mac.
What's that?
I think you were talking about Fleetwood Mac.
I also like oh god, what was the name of the band? Jefferson Airplane, Jefferson Starship.
Oh, yeah.
You
Good to
know.
have you, CJB. Thanks for hanging out.
See you later, alligator.
Oh my gosh, the Sad Cafes is
Milli
Milli
Vanilli.
Vanilli in the 80s. How was that?
I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a fan. I didn't like that type of music. I just wasn't a fan of Milli Vanilli. So when they got busted, yeah, I laughed. I mean, like, I felt like Supertramp was good. Yeah, they were good. I like Supertramp, but only a couple of the songs that I'm familiar with, like that classic. What's their classic song? The Supertramp song. All these are great songs,
Yeah,
man.
thank you. Supertramp songs.
Yeah. Goodbye, Mary. Goodbye, Jane. We will never. Right, that song. The Bee Gees, brilliant. Yep.
Are you a fan of ABBA?
Well, you have to like Waterloo.
I love ABBA.
I wanted to. And you are the dancing queen. Yeah, the dancing queen is like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Supertramp. Tonight the
Eagles.
super trooper beams are gonna
You have to
light
like
me.
them. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to like them. They built a movie around them, right? That was the
Yeah. Mamma Mia.
yeah, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. Yep. Eagles, great. Welcome to the Hotel California.
Oh, yeah. Such a lovely place.
Yep. that Prince passed away, accidentally take Percocet. Yep.
We lose so many wonderful people to accidental overdoses. I hate it. I hate it.
Kansas, great band. Dreamer. You're nothing but a dreamer. Thank you for that. You gotta put your hands in your hand. Na, 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 na. I'm not gonna do the song lyrics right now, really.
Mamas and the Papas, some 40s and 50s music. I like
Mamas
40s
and the
50s
Papas,
music.
yeah. Mama Cass. Mama Cass.
Something that's really cool because of YouTube and us having access to videos and people putting them out there the way they do is there are a lot of recordings from the 20s, 30s, and 40s from amazing Black musicians that weren't really made mainstream because they called them race records and wouldn't they would only put them out in certain areas, and those are being made available on YouTube a lot now, and you can find these awesome, like some of them are really funny and hilarious songs, and some are really bawdy and like a little dirty and stuff. They're really cool.
Guns N' Roses, yeah, that's a bittersweet one for me. Guns N' Roses.
And Dream a Little Dream.
Mama Cass had a great voice, great voice. And they
Randy
fronted
Kaye
them as
says, and
like
they
in
fronted them as white
yeah,
people. A lot of times when they sold their stuff, they did. Yeah.
I believe that.
That's one of the cool things about being able to see the information now. People give it the right attribution about, put the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
That person, Ivana, has been to like Prince's house 4 times. That'd be called
Wow.
stalking. Are you stalking? I'm joking. Joking. Does anybody
That is
remember like
cool.
the bands like Bread, Chicago? I love Chicago. Yeah, the Carpenters, um, Jim Croce,
Yeah,
Pat Stevens.
Time in a
Great.
Bottle was amazing.
Yeah. What about Wild World by Cat Stevens?
I don't know that one.
Oh, baby, it's a
Oh, it's a
wild world.
world.
Yep. Chicago, absolutely. I saw Chicago, and you know who opened for Chicago? Rita Coolidge. Rita Coolidge, Chris Christopherson's wife, Rita Coolidge. And
Oh,
so
wow.
she sang, "Your love is lifting me higher."
I
Janis
will.
Joplin. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. I will never ever forget how Chris Christopherson come and stood up for Sinead O'Connor when she was getting booed off the stage.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good guy.
I gotta get a charger. My laptop battery's going low.
Okie dokie. Well, I've never been to Spain. I haven't been there. To Paisley Park. I've never been to, well, I've never been to Minnesota. Toddy, the Sad Cafe is Chicago song. The Sad Cafe is Chicago song. I don't know that song by them. Tears for Fears. Yes.
You're a Johnny Cash fan?
No.
Man in Black?
My mom likes him. I have a nephew that likes him. I appreciate him, but I wasn't a fan. But I appreciate what he did. I appreciate especially the good things about going and making it okay for people to go into jails and prisons.
Yeah.
So, and some of his songs were good, yeah, but I mean, like, I wasn't a fan just because I don't like the, not a country fan.
Yeah, he had a lot of things about him personally that could make people not fans too, but he did a lot of cool things musically and then personally too after he got his shit together later in life.
My best friend's
Pretty
dad
cool.
got to paint the walls at Johnny Cash's old house a couple weeks ago. Oh, really?
Nice.
Who wants to go to Minnesota? Well, I've never been to Spain, but I've been to Minnesota. It's amazing, Toddy. They filmed Grumpy Old Men movie soundtrack at Paisley Park. Really? I didn't know that. Oh, and I got to go. I'm starting to get too punchy, and you know what they say: the internet is forever.
You're good, Toddy. You're good.
I've got to go. I got to take a shower and go to sleep. It's already 4 o'clock, 3:30. I want to be asleep by 4 and up by 9 and get out of here.
No problem. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, Toddy. Appreciate you being here.
I love you guys. Have a happy Easter, and to all a good night.
Happy Easter.
All right.
Talk to you
Take
later.
care. Bye.
Bye. All right. Alora, anyone else want to come up and chat while I paint? I'll put the link here. Diet Pepsi drinker. Yes, it is 420 somewhere. Okay, got the link up if anyone else wants to come up and chat. Thank you. It's just a little alien says your painting is awesome. Miss Fancy Pants, welcome to come up. This painting is, like I said earlier, this was a friend of mine who worked in a local dispensary here before the tornado. And I was painting her from live modeling, but she's moved on now, so I've got to paint her from memory. Hey, Laura, thanks for coming back up.
Hey, we'll see how long my internet lets me stay up here, but
Yeah. How's the weather now?
It's doing better. I'm no longer like hiding. We're all just kind of doing our own thing now. I've been painting a little cactus actually. Hold up.
Oh, nice.
I kind of look like shit, but I'll show you guys the
Yeah,
cactus real quick. So I'm not getting very far, but I have a little cactus planter.
Cute.
And so,
Cute.
oh, I accidentally touched the green. Oopsie. Clearly I don't paint that often, but yeah, anyway, I've kind of just been doing that, listening to you guys talk and just painting my little cactus.
Nice. Love
I'm
it.
thinking I need to roll another blunt though for 420.
Absolutely. I was about to ask if you were celebrating. I'm about to take another little smoke break here.
Well, of course I'm always celebrating.
You
I
have to be celebrating.
I was drinking last night, and I never get sick when I drink unless my dad says, "Hey, do you think you're gonna be good to do stuff in the morning?" And then just something about that jinxes it. So I've been so sick all day.
That's what throws everything off whenever you need to do something the next day. That's when you get hungover.
Every single time. The other day, my mom brought me like a really large frozen alcoholic beverage from like a different town. And
Nice.
whenever I got it, I drank that whole thing, and I was so damn sick.
Thanks for being here too much, Mom. She says she's got to go.
Ooh.
Brandy K's painting sugar skulls. That's cool.
But you guys are talking about music. I used to go to so many concerts, but I haven't been to a good concert in like a minute. But like, I love music so much. I'm trying to get more into going to concerts again. Just after the pandemic, everything kind of got screwed up.
Oh, I know. And I my POTS is, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome is so bad lately that I just don't want to put myself in a position of being at a concert and feeling sick. So I haven't been going to any. I forgot to mention though, I went to a Dave Matthews concert in the early 2000s. That was really good. I love Dave Matthews Band.
Was that pre or post bridge incident?
Pre. I felt so bad for them when the bridge incident happened. They were always such environmentalists. Dave was, and then that happened. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, there's even a plaque to commemorate it there. Exactly what happened.
I saw that.
I was like, damn, your failure lives on forever.
Yeah, that's pretty epic study level, that plaque.
Right as COVID hit, I was this is when I was living in Tampa, and there was like an amphitheater over there that offered these lawn passes where you could go to as many concerts as you wanted for free as long as you paid for the lawn pass. And my parents bought it for me, and I was so excited because I was supposed to go see Ozzy and Marilyn Manson, who I would never see Marilyn Manson now, but at the time I was like, hell yeah. And then Ozzy, he's only going to do that one last show, or did he just do it? I know they were talking about it recently.
Hey, Love Shack Shara.
Hello.
Thanks for coming up.
How are you all doing?
Pretty
Good.
good. How are you
Yeah,
doing?
you can hear me, right? Because I'm on a crappy Android phone, and I know Morbid hates Android. So
For a moment there, it was kind of robot-y, but now it seems to be okay.
okay, good,
Yeah, you sound
good. How
fine.
y'all? Everybody
Good.
in chat good, doing good today. This Easter Sunday, he is risen.
Yep, we are
He is
just
risen.
celebrated Easter with Toddy, and she just left us, and we're discussing bands. We've been talking about our favorite bands we've seen.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen. Come on.
Oh.
That's
If
a
you've
good
never been to a Springsteen show, I highly recommend it. Of course, he's gotten insanely expensive. He and I had to break up the last time he was in town. We had to part. He's my love monkey. We had to part because I will only see him if I can get to the front row. And front row was like eight grand.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
That's a
cow.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
that's-
him, Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
have
is
my
an
daughter
American
convinced that's her
icon.
real
Like,
father.
that's funny. Hey, Milk Honey and Mayhem, I'll drop a link if you want to come up.
Last great concert I go to a lot of concerts. Music is my love language. That like your love language obviously is art.
Yeah.
Obviously, mine is music. I'm a singer. I was a singer for ever since I was little. My grandma would put me up on the footstool at Easter dinner, and nobody could eat until I finished my rendition of Over the Rainbow.
That's cute.
Well, back in the day, anybody who's in their late 40s, early 50s might remember that Wizard of Oz only came on TV once a year.
Oh yeah, I used to watch
And
it
it
with
was,
my grandma religiously.
yeah, and it was usually around Easter time that Wizard of Oz would come on TV. And Wizard of Oz is like probably my all-time favorite movie, favorite story, book, whatever of all time.
How
And
do you feel about Wicked?
my little Eliza Minnelli has would have to sing constantly. And my sweet step grandmother Louise would put me on the footstool and say, "Now everybody pay attention to little Sarah. She's going to sing us a song."
Aw.
And they would all have to sit there while their food was waiting. And of course, I'm 3-4 years old and I don't know all the words, so I'm making stuff up. I'm
That's
making it up. And a 2-minute song turns into a 10-minute song. But I'm putting on a show because I'm on the footstool. So music's my thing. So it's just my thing.
Nice.
Way back in the day, I was a young teenage girl pretending to be of age, running around the Seattle music scene with groups such as Nirvana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I made out with Dave Grohl. I was 15. He thought I was 18. It's not his fault. I looked the part. I looked 20 when I was 15. So yeah, I made out with him. He's a nice guy though. He is just like the nicest guy. Like,
Isn't he the one who just had the cheating scandal?
Yeah. Nice enough to cheat on his
yeah,
wife of 20
but he's the nicest. He was never a creep. You know what I mean? No, I mean, I was probably around him a good 20 times before he and I ever made out. He was never a creep. Just the nicest guy. Kurt Cobain, it was, how do I want to say this? Intimidating to be around him because he was so smart and he didn't have a lot to say, but when he spoke, you listened and you took whatever he said to heart. Extremely intelligent person. when he wasn't using.
You know,
When he was when he was using, he was a real prick. But
Or was that
yeah.
Allura?
I can imagine. Oh no, I was just thinking you were just talking about Kurt Cobain. Hold up, let me turn this on real quick. Can I even switch the camera? Okay, hold up. I guess I'm gonna just do this. I got Elton John on the wall. It's kind of harder for me to
Love
get at it.
him.
I got. Has anyone heard of the theory that Jim Morrison was Rush Limbaugh?
No.
Yes.
That's a conspiracy theory. And then I got my Kurt Cobain here, and then I'm gonna cover up. But we got Janis Joplin. I got some
I
more
love her.
shit too, but you just made me think of that, and I was like, oh yeah. Oh, and then we got I'm trying not to show my messy room, but then we got My Chemical Romance.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And Rocky
Mhm.
Horror.
They should have been a lot bigger than what they were.
Which
My Chemical Romance should have gotten up there.
Oh yeah, they're
Sure.
huge. I'm actually seeing My Chemical Romance in September, so
Yeah, they
They
have their
really
niche, but they
really
should
good
have gone
comeback.
beyond that niche.
I'm so excited to see them. I'm seeing them in Evanescence in Florida.
Oh, love them.
Yeah, I'm flying all the way to Florida to do that.
I got to see Elton John and Billy Joel perform way back. Oh geez.
Wow.
What year was it? 2000. I want to say 2002, 2001, 2002. I literally was 6 rows back from the stage, which I was not expecting at all when we went. I wasn't expecting to be that close. And I was literally 3 seats behind Bill Gates.
Oh wow.
Let me just say, he's a total dork. He has no rhythm, none. And it was a little offensive that he got to go up, get up with his wife Melinda at the time and go backstage. And I'm just like, this dork doesn't even have a rhythm, and he gets to go backstage, and here I am singing in key, and like Elton and I can do a duet right now. And this dork gets, because he has money. But it was really cool. He and I made eye contact. We shook hands as he was walking out. And I was just like, wow, that was kind of cool. It's my baby daddy got the tickets and surprised me with being so close to the stage, which was, awesome. But yeah, Elton John, wow, what a performer. Like,
Yeah. I would
he's not
love to
just a
see Elton John.
performer, but he is the music.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Like, he lives and breathes the music, which you can't disrespect, because it's not just, he's just not some guy who got lucky. I mean, he literally lives and breathes music every single day. And you have to respect that if you're a musician, vocalist, whatever. You take his writing ability out of the equation, just put his vocal ability in. His vocal ability is incredible. Talk about a command of his voice. God, that man has utter control.
I know a lot of
Control
people
of his
didn't
voice.
like it, but I really enjoyed his recent collaboration with Britney Spears.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I also
Absolutely.
love
That and with Eminem.
Oh really? I love how
That
he's
was
been
brilliant.
hyping up Chapel Roan a lot recently. They've been doing a lot of little
Mm-hmm.
things together. I thought it was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Elton
he
John and
has.
Chappell Roan?
Huh?
Elton John and Chappell Roan?
Yeah, I don't know if they've done like an
Yes.
official song together, but he keeps like taking her on stage and she keeps taking him on stage. They've made like at least 4 or 5 appearances together, I think.
Yeah, there's definitely a collaboration. Him and Lady Gaga. There's a collaboration there where Lady Gaga, she, you know what? She's huge. But a lot of people clown on her, and I'm just like, okay, forget the meat suit, okay? Just fucking forget the
I
meat
love the
suit.
meat suit. I love everything about
Loved
Gaga.
it too, but it rubbed people the wrong way. I need people to forget the meat suit and just listen to the vocal ability. That woman is incredible, and she has such a regard and respect for vocalists and music and the genre whatever genre it might be that she might be trying to represent at the time. She's trying to make you revisit something like Tony Bennett or Liza Minnelli. She's trying to get minds to go back to a simpler time in music where music was much more pure than it is now. Because let's face it, it's not pure now. It's just not.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just
I love
not.
that
God
switch.
bless Taylor Swift. She's a smart businesswoman, but I don't consider her a vocalist. She's not a vocalist. Anybody can go up there with some auto tune and sound
Yeah.
halfway decent. I'm
I love
talking
that.
about
Yeah.
vocalists.
I feel
Hi,
like
Bradley. How
recently,
are
though,
you?
within the last couple
Hi.
of years.
Good. Happy Easter and 420.
Happy
Hello.
Easter,
Hey, good morning.
I like your painting. It's cool.
viewer? I'm
What's
sorry.
that?
I'm
I
sorry,
like
you're a
your-
regular viewer?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, I'm just popping around, just jumping around. See, he was doing
Nice.
something for 420.
Cool, cool. Thanks for saying hi.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the kitty cat in your painting. It's cool.
Thanks.
Yeah, the painting's looking really awesome.
I have
Thank
a kitty
you.
cat right here.
Yes,
A big
Lottie,
kitty cat.
Brandy Carlisle. She's incredible. What a vocalist. Wow. And
Yeah, I
she's
love
not
Elvis.
at the level of fame that maybe she should be for her vocal ability, but anybody who is not familiar with Brandy Carlisle, please go listen to her. Her
Oh,
vocal,
yeah, she's great.
oh, she's a strutter. She's great.
What songs does she do?
That's just the thing. She's not mainstream. She's not considered mainstream. She's more of a folk singer.
Okay.
So she's in that, well, folk and country. She's really in that genre of Joan Osborne, what's that other girl's name? Can't believe I'm forgetting her name right now. I love her to death. Anyways, she's not mainstream. She's respected within the music community. People like collaborate with her, but she doesn't have that fame that she personally, I believe she should have. She should be like right up there with Celine Dion and Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey, because vocally she is incredible. So if you're not familiar with Brandy Carlisle, go listen to her. Just listen to the vocals, even if you don't, buy into the social message she might be singing about. Just listen to her vocally because it's incredible.
I like Tracy
She has the voice of an angel. She has the voice of an angel. It's beautiful.
I have the voice of an ankle.
An ankle, a kinkle. I have the voice of a kinkle.
Milk, Honey, and Mayhem, are you about ready to come up? I'm going to go ahead and drop you down, Bradley. I appreciate you coming up, but I'm going to get some more of our ladies up here, our regular viewers. Thank you for having me. Happy 420.
Happy 420. Bye.
Thanks.
Bye, Bradley. Take care.
Peace and love.
Have a good one.
Yeah, peace of love.
Oh, Hotel California. Brandy K. Here we go.
My mom said she used to play the Eagles and Missy Elliott for me when I was in her stomach, which are two very different vibes.
I love
that
Missy
explains how I
Elliott.
turned out.
Is it worth it?
I'm pretty
Tell me worth
sure.
it.
I'm pretty sure my mom was playing Roy Orbison, Buddy Holly. Never Elvis. My mother was never an Elvis fan. She was all about Buddy Holly and Roy Orbison. So she was probably
Really?
playing those
Cool.
two, and probably Patsy Cline when I was in her
I love
stomach.
me some Patsy Cline.
Me too. Oh
And
my
Laura
gosh.
Lynn.
You can't help. You can have the worst day ever. Like the worst day. Angry, sad, whatever, stressful, whatever. Come home, throw on some Patsy Cline. You will calm down. You will calm down. You will calm down.
Jamie, how's it going? She must be on mute still.
Hello. Yeah, Patsy. What a voice. What a voice and what a
Well,
tragic ending.
Brandy K says
Wow.
Aaliyah too. Yeah,
Who?
Aaliyah.
Oh,
Oh
Aaliyah had
yeah,
a
She died.
she had such a
gone too
presence.
soon.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not into a lot of hip hop, but there are hip hop artists that catch my eye. You know what I mean? And that young woman, I was like, wow, she's gonna go places, and unfortunately, her life was cut way too short.
yeah.
Not to be the
She would have
conspiracy theorist
reached.
on panel, but
I'm
Aaliyah,
sorry.
that was
What'd you say?
sus.
I missed that.
Yeah,
Aaliyah.
I side eye it. I side eye it.
Oh yeah,
I
well
do.
they,
The
yeah,
timing.
well yeah, they also
Yeah.
say that there was a bunch of stuff going on with that thing.
Oh,
Between
Aaliyah.
her boyfriend at the time saying that she was basically like knocked out and forced to be on the plane when she said she didn't want to go on it, and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily buy into the whole thing that Beyonce orchestrated it, because that's been a big conspiracy theory. But
I
I
can't
definitely think
stand
that
Beyonce. I
I'm not a
just
big
can't.
Beyonce
But
person,
Has nothing to do
but
with her voice. It has everything to do with her energy. I don't like her. I just don't like her. I don't
I like her,
understand
but
why
it does
other
make
artists are
you.
getting on stage thanking her when they win an award. Why are you thanking Beyonce?
I was about to say I like her, but it does make you wonder about the conspiracy theories when everybody thanks Beyonce for everything.
Why
yeah,
are
I
you
mean,
thanking her? She's not some groundbreaker. She didn't break ground. The ground was broken for her when she stepped on the scene. Why the hell are you thanking this woman who's
I like
close
her.
to your age or less or younger than you for your success? That doesn't make sense to me. She's
I
not
mean,
some
she has.
groundbreaker. She didn't break ground.
What,
She
Alora?
didn't come close to breaking ground.
I mean, I'm not a Beyonce fan, don't get me wrong, but she's accomplished a lot in her career, and it's quite impressive the
I can
amount of success that she's been able to
Yeah.
garner, and I can
honey, I
respect
can
it. And,
respect the
there's
career she's got. Standing back and going, wow, she went from this young girl in this girl group and became a solo artist. Okay, I can look at that and go, okay, that's an accomplishment. But vocally, she ain't no Whitney.
A lot of
She ain't
people
no
agree
Whitney.
in comments
Yeah,
that they don't like her
She
energy.
not even close.
nowhere near it. Hey
It
guys.
boggles
Hey,
my
Sadie.
mind when young women in particular who are in their own genre of music, their genre isn't even her genre,
hmm
go on stage when they win an award and thank her.
hmm
How about you thank somebody like Judy Garland? Thank somebody like Roberta Flack,
hmm
Rita Coolidge,
well, the thing is, they probably thank the
Celine
people that they
Dion.
listen to. You know what I mean? Like the people
Right.
that
Yeah.
inspired them to make music. Which,
Right.
she's probably inspired a lot of people to make music, whether it's
Yeah,
my type of music or not.
maybe.
Yeah, but if music is your
Maybe.
career, wouldn't you want to know the background? Like the very beginning of
Yeah.
what music is from?
I mean, yeah, it's always good to know your roots, but not every single pop star and
Yeah.
whatever is gonna know every
True.
little art. I mean,
Well,
I'm
that's
not
true.
trying to say those people
Have
aren't
y'all,
Yeah.
important, because they absolutely are.
have y'all ever listened to the old recordings of Sister Rosetta Thorpe on her guitar? Oh my God.
Yes. So
So
amazing.
amazing.
Yep.
Britpop. Super. I haven't heard of any of those, Emma.
I don't know. I'm gonna forever side Beyonce. I just am. I just am. To me, vocally, she's okay. She puts on a good show. She's very
Yeah.
entertaining. I'm just gonna forever kind of side eye her and kind of go, are the conspiracies about her correct?
Well, I don't think you can
Because
be married to Jay-Z for 20 or 30 years and not have something wrong with you,
exactly, I
Right.
know.
Right.
But
You kind of have to look at him and go, whoa. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I think when and I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift, but she got her own niche. She came in the country genre,
hmm
and she crossed over to pop music. and she is a writer. She
Yeah.
supposedly
She's an
writes all
amazing
her own
poet,
stuff.
I believe. For
Yeah,
sure.
I
yeah.
wasn't a big fan of Taylor Swift until I saw her live in St. Louis, and she put on such a good show live that I was like, okay, I'm impressed. I get it.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
her live
You
shows
gave
are
her
great.
props. You know.
Yeah.
I can give Beyonce props for being a good showman, but she doesn't write her stuff. She
No.
doesn't write her stuff.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And her vocals are mediocre to me. They just are. I've
I
seen
agree
a
with
lot
that.
of great artists. I'm gonna put it right out there, right here, right now. One of the greatest vocalists of all time. I've seen 7 or 8 times in concert, and that's Ann Wilson of Heart. Hello,
Oh, yes.
and
Oh.
she writes all her own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she um
I like Heart.
yeah, and she gets disrespected now to an
Mm.
extent. You know, yes, there are those that are in the music scene that look at Heart and they give them their props, and then there are these little idiots out there that are like, look how fat she got, and look, she's using a wheelchair. And it's like, hello, age and
This happens
illness
to all
happen.
of us, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're in for a rude awakening.
Yeah.
You're gonna get
Yeah.
old one day.
Laura, have you been to
Linda
a Justin Bieber
Ronstadt,
concert?
that's the one that breaks my heart the most, is
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt,
Mm-hmm.
because she can't sing anymore. She
Mm-hmm.
has Parkinson's, and so she can't sing. And she's probably one of the greatest female vocalists that ever walked this planet,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Linda Ronstadt.
Yeah.
I'm
And
excited to
she
see
can,
Amy Lee, so because she's a great
yeah, oh,
vocalist.
yeah, but
Have
God
you been
forbid
to
if
the
Amy
Justin
Lee
Bieber
got struck
concert?
with MS or Parkinson's.
Right.
Oh yeah, no,
It would
I'm
be
with
so
you
sad.
on not. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be so sad. It's like Celine Dion losing her voice due to
Mm.
her condition. She's slowly getting things back with therapies and what have you.
Yeah.
But can you imagine Celine never being able to sing ever again?
Right. I
How
got the
tragic
pleasure of
that
seeing
is.
Celine live not long before she made her diagnosis, and that concert was amazing, you guys. Oh,
God
she's
bless
Oh, I
amazing.
you.
bet.
I was due to see her, but
Oh,
COVID happened.
oh, that's
COVID
such a
happened,
shame. I
and the
got in
concert
like the
got canceled.
January before COVID really took over is when I saw her.
You're so fortunate, because I
Oh,
was scheduled to see her. COVID happened and the concert got canceled. Her and
oh, that's
Bob
a shame.
Seger.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
happened to
Oh,
me and
what was it?
Ozzy.
Her. Oh yeah,
Alanis
Bob
Morissette as
Seger.
well.
mm.
Laura, have you seen Bieber? I know you're
Yes,
a
I have.
believer.
I
I
have
thought
seen
you
Bieber.
had. How was he in concert? I know you're a
He
fan.
he actually puts on a pretty good concert. I'll give it to him. And I, at the age of 12, I at 12 chased Scooter Braun, his old manager, down in a golf cart in the middle of Orlando.
Right on,
And,
baby. Right on.
yeah, and then I haven't been able to find the actual video of it, but there's pictures of me getting interviewed by a news crew while I was out there, and I just started
That's great.
screaming like super loud, and it was so embarrassing. I don't know why I
No,
was
I
like
have to
that.
respect. Here's the thing. I have to respect Justin Bieber. That's a talented kid.
Oh,
Absolutely.
absolutely. And he's been through the ringer.
Absolutely. I
Sure
mean, he's
has. I
been the
feel all
butt of
for
many
him.
jokes, but
Mhm.
stop it, people. This was an 8-year-old drumming on YouTube.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's got
He was
talent.
a drummer.
And the
Yeah.
variety of
And,
music he's
and
been able to go through is just amazing because
it-
he's hit several different
exactly.
genres.
And he can sing.
Mhm.
Nobody's going to tell me the boy can't sing.
Oh,
The
yeah.
boy can sing.
He
For
can sing
sure.
great.
He's had some freakouts. I don't know. Maybe if I was 8 years old, thrust into an industry that isn't really meant for children, I might have had some freakouts too.
Oh, absolutely.
The people that
If I
his
would have
mom
tried to
let
do
him be
this before
around.
40, I would be freaking out now. I mean, come on.
I give that boy his props, but he is a talented kid. I
Yeah.
didn't really know of him until he made a name for himself. And they were like, yeah, he started on YouTube. So I went back and looked, and I'm like, wow, this is
Mhm.
a talented kid.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
he's like a little Mozart. I mean, I don't want to, necessarily put him at Mozart's level
But I
of
mean, he can play
uh,
all of the instruments on top
exactly,
of
Yeah.
by ear.
sing, write,
The
and
kid has the
dance.
capability of playing by ear, which is talent. That's
Yeah,
talent.
Yes.
That's God-given
hard.
talent.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of him. I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to go to his concert, but I would never like disrespect him as a musician because the
Right.
kid has talent, absolute talent.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's got a
Yeah.
really crazy vocal range.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I mean, I've listened to a few of his things. You know, the sugar the bubblegum pop stuff is
Yeah.
you know eh.
But I think that's
But
just,
then
I'm
again,
not into that
I'm
genre
old
either.
enough to look
So,
back and look some of the Osmond stuff and go,
eh,
that was bad. That was a bad choice.
yeah.
But some of the Osmond stuff is groundbreaking. I mean, Wild Horses. Hello.
Right.
If you're old like me, you know the Osmonds, and
Hmm.
they weren't allowed to go into the directions that they should have been allowed to go into
Right.
after Wild Horses came out. If they had, they would have been a super group.
Hmm.
They would have been like, you know, Queen is respected today. The Osmonds would have been respected the same way if they had been allowed to go in that direction. But they got pulled back into the
Right.
bubblegum stuff. If they had been allowed, and I give a lot of credit to Wayne and Merle
Hmm.
for going in that direction. If you listen to them, if you're not too stuck in whatever genre of music you're into, if you're seriously interested in music and genres of music, go back and listen to like the Osmonds circa 1974.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Mhm.
And another group that's been forgotten about are the Cowsills.
I don't think I've ever heard of them.
I don't have it either.
Oh,
I haven't either.
yes, you have. Yes, you have. You just don't recognize the name because their drunk father kind of fucked it up for them with their careers. You ever hear of the Rain, the Park, and other things?
The what?
No.
I love the
Don't.
flower girl.
Huh.
No, it's not ringing a bell.
Like, it sounds kind of familiar.
I love the flower girl. Late 60s is when it came out. It was a huge hit. Huge.
Okay.
It was a family band, brothers, a little sister, and a mom. Their group was based on the Partridge Family.
Okay.
The Partridge Family television show based themselves on this family group. They're called the Cowsills.
Oh, okay.
Cowsills, the Cowsills. They sang Hair. Remember
Oh, all
Hair,
right.
Hair,
Okay.
long beautiful hair.
Yep.
Okay, they sang that.
Okay. I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, they were
Wow.
absolutely incredible. They
And
wrote their own stuff. They
what
got
did their
presented
father
stuff
did
too.
something? What?
Oh, their father was their manager, and he was a mean old drunk. He was very abusive. He abused all of his kids. He was terrible to all of his children. And he made some really bad business deals, and they got shunned from the industry.
Ah.
There's a great documentary on them called The Family Band. I
Okay.
recommend you go watch it.
Okay. I love
Um,
a good documentary.
When I hear
yeah,
of
one of
father
their members, Barry Cowsill, actually died in Katrina. He was killed
Oh, bless
when I
him.
hear of a drunk
right after
father
the.
messing up the kids' career, I instantly think of the Menendez brothers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Oh, God bless them. I've been
Right.
following that case since it happened.
I know.
Their
Mm.
trial, the first trial, the hung jury, and the second trial where the evidence wasn't allowed, and it
I
just
haven't
frustrates
followed
me.
it close,
I am
but it's so
look.
gruesome. on all.
When I
all
was 20 years old, I couldn't have given a shit about justice. You know what I mean? Oh,
Right.
that's the bad guy. Great. Throw him in the jail and throw away the key. I grew up in a prison.
Ah.
Yeah, I actually lived at a prison
Okay.
from 10 to
Oh,
18.
See, I
There's an
think all these
island
things
from
shape how we view things.
no, let me explain. There's an island in Washington state called McNeil Island. Anybody who lives in Washington, you might know of it. It's called McNeil Island. It was closed in 2011. But from 1981 until 1989, I lived there.
Oh, wow.
And it's literally a prison that had 54 residential homes on it.
Wow.
And then there was the prison. And I was within an arm's length of inmates daily because trustees work the boat crew, the garbage crew, the plumbing crew, what have you. So I grew up at a prison. So I can't explain to you how surreal it is to have your father sit you down when you're 10 years old and your 16-year-old brother down, the both of you, to tell you, by the way, if you're ever taken hostage, they're never going to negotiate for your life.
Oh my gosh.
I don't
So
understand.
you need to be aware of your surroundings at all times. Pay attention.
Wow.
Because you have inmates within an arm's reach of you. Now, before anybody goes after my father for putting me in an unsafe situation, the boat crew people, the garbage people, the people who, the inmates that had to come into direct contact with us were trustees. They were less than a year from getting out of prison. They were very unlikely to pull any fuck shit that was going to get them extra time, okay?
Right.
A lot of them were in for innocuous, non-violent charges. But we did have our violent inmates, but they weren't around us. They were locked up. Growing up in that environment, I learned to have some discernment, and to be observant.
Why did
I'm
they
that
allow kids to
friend
live
that,
there?
yeah, I'm that friend that goes to the unfamiliar bar with you and counts how many tables to each exit there are in case there is a fire, so we can get the fuck out. Okay, I'm that friend. People count on me for that shit. I go to a new concert venue, it's the same thing. They're like, where's she going? She's counting exits. What do you mean? Well, in case there's an emergency, she knows how to get us out of here. Leave her alone.
Why did they allow kids to live there?
Huh?
Why did they allow kids to live there? That seems strange.
It's how it was. It was the 1980s. My dad had a prison job. He was the hospital administrator out there. We had to live there. It's just how it was.
Gotcha.
When I was born, I lived in a
back
fire
on
hall.
it, but looking back on it, I can say, wow, that was like a really dangerous thing. But at the same time, I didn't feel in danger at all. I was just aware. I was always aware. My eyes were always open. I found so many packages of drugs on the boat that staff members tried to smuggle. Oh God, yes. I lost count. I got commendations from the warden for turning in drugs I found on the boat that staff members were smuggling. I lost count. I think I stopped counting at 30.
Wow.
Thank you for turning in these drugs,
Was it McNeil Island?
Yes, McNeil. It closed in 2000. Yeah, the prison itself closed in 2011, but there's a sex offender treatment center out there now. That was not part of my life when I lived there. It should. That sex offender treatment center, which is just a fucking joke. I'm sorry, it just is. You can't treat sex offenders. They are what they are. Can't treat them. That showed up after my exit from living out on that island.
Gotcha.
But the prison, which was a medium security prison, was there for the 8 years I was there, and for 13 years my father and my mother were there.
Cool. Let me answer gutter snipe here real quick. For small details, I use a liner brush. like this or smaller. Are you still doing your cactus, Alora?
No, I was actually just cleaning it up right now.
1980, I have a question. Are you doing a watercolor? What is that? Is that
It's oil
acrylic? What
painting.
is that?
It's oil painting.
Oil. Oh, wow.
What's your favorite medium?
Oil,
1980?
that's the main one that I use. Sometimes I'll start out with acrylic to get just the base block background layers in before, and then do the oil in detail. But I
Nice.
Over
prefer
the
to do
top.
full oil. This one's full oil. I just started it about a year and a half ago, and then she moved away, so
That's
I haven't got
beautiful.
back to it yet. But I thought it'd be good for 420 Lime since she's wearing a weed crown.
I was going to say, she looks like she's relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a bartender friend of
Appropriate,
mine. We were
appropriate for 420.
exactly. And this
Yeah.
was a
But
bartender
oil.
friend of mine. We were preparing this to go in a dispensary, but it didn't reopen after the tornado.
So I have a question about oil painting because my daughter's really into art. Like she does everything. She's messed with oils a couple of times. She doesn't care for them because of the length of time it takes for them to cure, for them to dry. Do you have any tips for a quick curing time on oils that doesn't affect?
There's a different type of thinner called liquid that I used to use in the beginning. It doesn't always give as brilliant of a color as using the linseed oil does for a thinner, but it shortens drying time by months. Like
Okay.
you go to a
Yeah,
few
because it
days.
takes a long time for oils to dry, people. If you don't know, you don't know. It takes months and months and months for oils to completely dry to the point that it's ready to be hung on your wall.
And the
Yeah,
linseed
she's
thinner takes a long time to dry
linseed.
too.
She's used linseed. She likes the flow of the linseed. It's
It
just
takes a long
she's
time
not.
as well.
Yeah, she's just not finding that it speeds up that drying. My daughter's only 11.
Yeah.
Nice.
I
I
get her
feed
some liquid to
into.
play with.
Yeah, I feed into that's why she prefers the acrylic because the drying time is so much faster. It's a couple
Yeah.
weeks versus many months.
Yeah,
I've really been wanting to
Lee's
try.
podcast commissioned a painting from me that's drying because it's all oils and linseed, and it's been finished for quite a while now, but it has to dry a long time before I can risk shipping it.
Yes.
Because if the packaging, if the oil is only dry on the top layer, if it's slightly tacky underneath, the wrapping to make it safe
Is
will
going
cause
to
that thing to
destroy
break
it.
and lift.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yep.
So how long have you been an artist? Like from youth?
Yeah,
You know, like
my great grandma was an oil painter, and she babysat me when I was little, and so I've been painting with her since I could hold a brush. I haven't had
oh,
any
that's great.
classes or lessons, just learned from her.
Wow.
So I'm
That's great.
I classify me as
Now,
a
is
artist.
this is your
because I have
favorite
for kids.
medium? Is this the only medium you do? Is oil?
No, I do some mixed media, and I do acrylics occasionally. I just find I can't get as good a detail in with acrylics as I can with oil.
Yeah. Oil
I've
gives a
really
better
been wanting to try
detail, better
some
texture.
textured with some painting. Like those
Yeah.
textured paintings. I've really been wanting to try something like that.
The
Yeah.
problem with acrylic is that it lays so flat that you can't get the texture that you can with oil,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can if you
even though
build it
it's
up a
so
lot,
much
but then
faster.
you're waiting for acrylic to dry like the oil.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, my daughter.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no problem. I've done some like Marie Laveau paintings where I've taken beads that I got in antique shops in New Orleans and used the beads attached to the canvas to make her headdress
Wow.
and then actually paint her face.
Oh, you should send me one of those. I love
Oh.
Marie Laveau.
Yeah, I'll
Or
send you
send me
some
a picture
pictures.
of one. I would love to see one.
That's
I'm
cool.
actually related to Marie Laveau. We
Are
went
you
visited
serious?
her in Louis. Well, not visit her, obviously, but her grave in Louisiana when I was like 10, something
Yeah.
like that.
Did you make the X's?
No, I was super Christiany back then. We didn't really even know
Oh.
that much about her. We just knew,
Oh,
hey,
okay.
We're not?
I've been to her
So-
grave.
Oh, okay. I totally lied to you guys. I misunderstood something that my mom told me when I was little. We're
Oh.
related to someone that made a song about her.
Oh,
Totally
Lovely
ignored
hair.
what I said.
Still just as
I'm a
cool.
liar. I'm fake.
I was gonna say, I was like, baby, your hair is awful light. I don't know.
Well, I'm related to a lot of people, so
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, Maria.
No, my
mixed,
brother's
and,
really into genealogy. My brother's really into genealogy, and he did this like deep dive into our family tree, and he
Yeah.
discovered we are direct descendants of King Robert the Bruce of Scotland.
Wow.
He went all the way back to 1024 AD.
That's
I
cool.
was like, holy crap. And we discovered that if I ever go to England and I go see King Chuck and I prove my lineage to him, he has to give me property and a castle.
Are you
I
serious?
don't believe that.
Yeah.
Girl,
Yeah.
I would start that
I'm a
GoFundMe
direct I am
immediately.
in
Like,
the direct like Mary Queen of Scots. I'm a grandchild of
wow.
hers.
oh, you and I might be related. Related
We
then, because that
probably
is someone I'm
are. If
actually
you're
related
related
to.
to the Stuarts of Scotland, yeah, we're related.
Well, I'm related to
But
Benjamin
yeah, he
Franklin, but I don't
discovered
claim
that.
his
He was like,
wild
let's
ass.
go to England. Let's
Yeah,
get our
you should.
castle.
Yeah, why are you there
Can't
then?
guarantee it'll have running water or electricity, but let's get a castle.
Airbnb it. It'll be good.
Yeah, why not?
Oh my
Somebody
God.
will bite. Yeah, it's haunted. It's absolutely haunted. Absolutely. That's a big
I'd be
selling
willing to
point
bet
for
any of those
places.
old buildings over there are super haunted.
Oh, come on. You know what? All I know is I have a friend that has an Airbnb and supposedly it's haunted. He always knew it was haunted ever since he was a kid. It was a family home that he converted. And as soon as he put on there that it was a haunted Airbnb,
Oh, it shot
his
up.
sales went up.
Yeah.
Oh, I believe
Shot through
that.
the roof.
In a couple months, I'm going to be doing an overnight expedition thing at Missouri State Penitentiary, which is a pretty haunted
Nice.
penitentiary here in Missouri. I've been there once
Yeah,
before.
Nice. I did Waverly Hills, Alora. It was
Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I used to do some tours in the haunted breweries in St. Louis from the
Fun.
early
Mm.
before the Civil War.
I
They
worked
were
at a
awesome.
haunted brewery. I worked at
Whoa.
a haunted brewery. Yeah. It was freaky at night, man. It was
I went-
freaky. We'd be closing and the lights would flash on in the brew room and you'd hear running across the catwalk. It
Right.
was freaky. Oh, yeah. Like, get me out of here. This was
Well,
only
we've been
supposed to
up
be a
for
temporary job.
2
Get me
hours
out.
and 20 minutes, y'all. I think I'm going to cut this so I can get a snack. Thank you guys for coming up
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah, thanks for having
letting me
us.
come too. Sorry I was
Yeah,
so
thanks
late, you
for
guys.
having us.
Yeah, no problem, Jamie. Thank y'all.
And everybody in chat, listen to me. Listen to
Absolutely.
me clearly. Get a copy of the FOIA and share it with everybody.
Yeah, Into the Weeds did.
No,
a
I'm
lot more
serious.
about FOIA.
Share it. If you have local media that you can email, share it with them.
Right
Some
on.
journalist is going to want to make a name for themselves by exposing the truth.
Even
Share
all the way
that
down here in
FOIA.
Pulaski, Tennessee, wherever you are, it doesn't
That's
matter.
right.
Share it around.
Share
Yeah.
that FOIA,
And if
please,
you guys
because
don't
we
have a
got to
direct
get the
link to
truth
it,
out there.
if you don't have a direct link to it, you can find it, I think, in our community tab post on the Into the Weeds podcast channel. You don't have to watch any of our videos or anything, but if you just want to see it, you can just go ahead and click it there, and it should be a direct link to everything.
All right. Happy 420
Just so
and much
you
love to all
ladies
you
know
guys.
before we go, I did reach out to Jason Baldwin. Jason Baldwin is one of the West Memphis Three.
Ah.
He runs an advocacy group. I have reached out to him.
Cool.
I'm praying that we hear from him.
Okay.
I'm reaching out to him every method that I have a way to reach out to him to hopefully get his attention, to look at this FOIA, to look at the fact that there was jury misconduct, to look at the fact there was prosecutorial misconduct, and to look at Nick's case. Because there's attorneys that are within that advocacy group that might be willing to represent Nick to
Good.
get that boy a new trial.
Good. Will you let
Because
us
as
know
far
soon
as
you
I'm
hear something?
concerned, well, I've read that FOIA inside and out, and as far as I'm concerned, nobody proved that he killed Dee Dee Blanchard.
Well, he admitted it.
Regardless, it still has to be proven. It still has to be proven by the state. The state did not
No.
prove he did it because, and here's why, because the investigation stopped the moment she made her plea deal.
That's true.
Well, he still had to have his trial, though. He still had
Yeah.
a trial.
Yeah.
He had his trial, but it wasn't a fair trial. It wasn't a
think
fair
that
trial.
He had some extenuating circumstances, but I think that he's where he belongs. But Millennial, I know that you're getting kind of hungry, and
Okay,
our dinner is
All right, go
bad.
eat.
Gutter Snipe is right.
Just share that FOIA, people. Share it, please. Just share it like wide and far, just with everybody. Put it on your social media. If you know advocacy groups, share the FOIA.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You have to
Awesome.
share it.
Everyone have a great night.
All right.
Thanks,
See you
everyone.
guys.
You too, honey.
Okay, bye.
You take
Bye.
care.
See y'all.
Beautiful
Thanks,
painting.
everyone in chat.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
guys.